How are you this morning, Packer Cruise? Lovely to see you here. Sorry, I just had to wait for it to exit host mode so I could actually go live. Can you hear me all right? Hello. Can you hear the music okay? I never know if I have the volumes right for that or for me. You can't hear the music. Okay, let's see if I can. Is that better? Not really. Okay. I'm always just afraid of putting it up too high. How's that? Now it's good. Terrific. It just, on the bar for the sound, it's so tiny, the movements, and you think, I don't want to blare everybody if they're wearing earphones. Just give me one sec. I just have to go and close the door. I'll be right back. Hello, Rent to Grow. Haven't caught this stream live since the week of Halloween. We gave my first ever reading. It was a really good one. I remember. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate you coming back in. Sorry I wasn't there. I had to go and shut a door. With two young kittens. Well, they're actually 12 months old and they're just kind of turning into teenager mode, especially Roxy, who you sometimes see on stream. And if you don't close certain doors, the place is absolutely played with and trashed in kitten way. I'm actually doing really well, extremely well. As you see, Santa decked out, only a few days to Christmas, so I'm doing this stream and Christmas Eve before actual Christmas Day, so really looking forward to those, feeling warm in the Christmas spirit. I bought a Santa cosplay. This is actually the hat that Anna wore for her birthday stream. It's 6 foot long, so that's the end of it. It's down here, it's wrapped all the way around here. She had one in England and she absolutely loved it, so she's been hunting everywhere for a 6 foot long Santa hat. So I told her I was nicking it today on Christmas Eve. You only get about a week's wear out of a Santa hat in a year, so you might as well make the most of it. So I will open the queue. So how are you, Rent to Grow, and how are you, Pancreas? How have you been doing? While I'm doing that, as ever, I just need to shuffle cards. Thank you both for joining. Now what I've done today is, the other day I introduced 3 new decks, the Moonology deck, the Sola Busca and a Crystal deck. You couldn't sleep, so I decided to stay a bit longer. That's fine. I can do you an early reading so you can head off to bed if you feel really tired. And so what I've done is I've actually put the Moonology Oracle and the Crystal Oracle in the full rotation. And As you know, Pack of Grease at the moment, the Sola Busca isn't in the full rotation. I had a good look last night. You're doing all my shoulders a bit heavy tonight with family drama. Oh, that's no good. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, maybe we can do something about that and help you with some crystals and a nice reading. Oh, here we come. You said your soul was heavy, and she heard the words, and she went, "I'm just coming through the stream to let you know I'm around." So she may make an appearance later on. She's just going backwards and forwards. So Pack of Grease, what I'll do is I'm just going to get straight in to do the readings for you guys. Other people can join and do what you're doing, but Pack of Grease, if you haven't slept, I'd like to get you a reading. So if you feel, that's it, I can't stay awake any longer, please don't stand on the keyboard, darling. You're just going to... Hello. I know. No. I know. No, not the Christmas. Oh, I know you. She loves the Christmas tree. You're not tired yet. Okay. She went. You put baubles and candy canes on the table. They don't smell like me. No, you can't have that. It's not a straw. Oh, such a cheeky girl. Roxy. Sweetheart. Hi, sweet. Yeah. Can we come over this way? Can we come over here? You can lay over this side. Good girl. Oh, good girl. She's actually our foster cat. We foster because we're in a very small unit, and I'm just going to bring that other camera a bit down just a tad. And she, her and her brother, they had been fostered and had a forever home, but the poor lady had to move house, and she was renting and they wouldn't allow her. She does like to bless the cards, and lots of cats love tarot and crystals, so she just comes up here, and so we've had them for a couple of months now, and they're going to be adopted after Christmas. They're going to go on the adoption rotation, but there's loads of kittens around and everybody wants kittens for Christmas, so we said we're happy to wait off and actually have people who want an older cat, more a companion cat, or they're not older but they're only a year old, but who wants a slightly older cat. I know, she booped the love deck with her paw, she absolutely did, and it was the first time she'd ever done that. She'll lay down. Yeah, cats are really good for absorbing negative energy. I have the table set up and other areas of my crystals, and she will actually sleep on the shelves where the cards are, because I've got 3 6-foot shelves, and I'm very particular. I don't double deck all my boxes stand up properly in a shelf. I don't lay them flat, and I set my crystals out. In fact, someone said to me, she said, "Your bookshelves look like a shop." They're so beautifully laid out. Well, she goes on there and she lays in front of the cards and lays on the crystals, and she lays on here all the time, and she will just put her head on different decks, and then she'll lay there and she'll grab some of the crystals and she hugs them, and I go, okay, well, they've been charged for the day. Because she just loves them, absolutely loves them. So, and she appeared on Anna's stream for the first time ever. The door was open. Anna had been able to change the gates on her microphone so she could come in. Well, she just thought that was wonderful. I'll just take over everything. So like last time, we had Tyson, who is Streamer Cat, who actually started a stream of Anna's, and everyone was saying, what's that funny noise? It was the cat purring in the microphone, and they were going, it's a really strange ASMR one, but we can't see anything, but it was the cat. And so he got the name Streamer Cat, because she kept saying that she was live on stream. She said, I wasn't even in the room, but no, it was the cat. So he got nicknamed Streamer Cat because he literally would start streams on her deck, and he'd like press the button. I still do have the dice. The dice are always here. So I'm going to bring you up first, Pack of Grease, in the queue. I do have the dice, and I also have the story dice. So today you can have your choice of any of the 4 tarots or any of the 1, 2, 3, 4 oracles, or the Le Monde or the Kipper. So today you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 decks. I don't think you can quite see the Kipper in the picture, but that's the hope. Is the dice to pick a random deck? You can pick a random deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will use this one and any number up to 10. It's no good, it's 13. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the animal oracle. So if you would like the dice to pick your random oracle, that would be the animal oracle, the divine animal oracle, or you can pick a deck. Yes. Okay, so are you happy with number 8? Would you like me to redo it? You don't know which deck? So the dice have rolled 8, which is the divine animal oracle, or I can actually pick another one. That's the one the cat picked too, yes. Yeah, that's the only deck she's actually put her hands on. Her paw on. So, well, do you want me to re-roll the dice? Let's try the Roxy deck. Hello Arcas, how are you? I think this can get nicknamed the Roxy deck. And 8 is a real power number, and it's the number of infinity. And that's the rotation it was in. Hello Arcas, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm very good. I'm my alter ego, Mrs. Claus, today. Okay. I'll try the camera. She's been lovely, but she's actually been booping all the cameras and everything. So I'm not sure. Hope you can see everything. If things don't seem to be quite as normal, just let me know and I'll just try to just tweak the camera that's in the light ring and the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these off for the moment so we've got more space. I'm very glad you're here too. So, pack a crease. The dice and Roxy have picked the deck. The Divine Animal Oracle. Do you have a general reading or do you want a specific question answered? General reading, okay. Let us see what the cards say. Having a candy cane reading today. It's candy cane day. Hello Capty, how are you? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome back. The queue is open. We have Paga Chris, who I'm doing his reading for now, then Rent to Grow. Arcas is next, so the queue is open for you if you wish to join. I'm being my alter ego Mrs. Claus today, and the Dice and Roxy picked this deck, so I thought we'd do the candy cane because she was after the candy canes as well, because she thinks they're straws, because she loves to play with straws. So now anything, whether it's a straw, a pen, whatever it is, she thinks it might be a straw, she just trots around like a dog with a stick in her mouth and trots around the house with it and just thinks she's wonderful. So she's quite the character, our Roxy. And how are you, Day? What have you been up to? If you should have enough coins, but just check exclamation coins, and that will tell you if you've got more than 10 coins, so you can join the queue. Hello Ghost Flip, how are you? Lovely to see you back in the channel. And you can type I joined for the queue. Now we've got several mods that you'll see. You're very welcome. Hello Ghost Flip, thank you. I'm doing very, very well. You'll notice we have a few different mods because obviously Anna does a lot of her own work and she mods for me, and sometimes when I go late, she then goes and lays down so she can get ready for her stream. So we have Anna, who is a mod, Tribal when he's able to get here is a mod, Tribal Geese, Ghost Floof is a mod, and HT Thomas, or Jupiter Moon Tarot, as they're one and the same person, is also a mod. So we've got different mods to cover the different time zones and the different areas and that I actually stream in. So you'll notice Ghost Floof, if Heather comes in, she's also a mod, and it's just because I can make sure I can cover all the different time zones. So almost seems like overkill that we have 4, although it looks like we've got 5 because Heather Thomas and Jupiter Moon Tarot are the same person, but sometimes she uses the different accounts. So I've got her modding on both. So when she comes in, she's a mod. You're the ladies, don't worry, you can talk about anything. No, you're not. I know you've had power problems and everything else, so it's just Anna had to go to bed on Thursday night, and I did a 7.5 hour stream, and Heather was here and she said, would you like me to take over modding? And I went, that'd be great. So Thursday night seemed to be a very long night for me, and it's just good having an extra mod who then can take over when Anna's not able to be here. So I'm glad you're in here this morning, and let's start your reading, Pagacrease, and see what the Candy Cane reading has for you in store. Okay. You have the Rhinoceros, and the word for this is moderation. I love this deck, and the only thing is the tiny writing here for the keyword is so faint, it's really, really difficult to read. They've almost done it in a shadow. It's not even that they've brought the font down, they've almost done it like a very pale overlay in the grey. And I love that they've made this one nice and bright, but even if this had been just the same brightness, it would have been perfect. So, but moderation, the Rhinoceros, beautiful card. You can see the night sky here with fire in the background. The Rhinoceros is actually, is there music a tiny bit louder? Yep, there is. We were trying to work it out with Pagacrease and whether I could actually get it right. Oh, turn it down, it's a bit loud, sorry. Is that better? Consensus? That's perfect. Yeah, it's very hard. It was louder than my voice. Oh, thank you. It's very hard because there's different tracks. Now it's good. Terrific. It's very hard because the music changes. So if it does, just say, can you turn it down? Because I'm not hearing it the way you guys are. So I appreciate the feedback. It's the only way I will know, and I don't want to bust anybody's eardrums. I'm glad. So Pagacrease the Rhinoceros, this beautiful, beautiful background of the car. It almost has what would be akin to like a shaman or a medicine man sitting on the top here, because they're very revered, the Rhinoceros. They never do anything at full pace. They're very slow, they're very deliberate, but it's not because they're lazy. Yeah, it's one of those I'll make you definitely as expected. He is like a medicine man. Because the Rhinoceros is almost this amazing animal that will, as strong and as powerful as it is, it doesn't make a big show of being strong and powerful. It acts as if it has all the time in the world. The reason they use the medicine bone, because obviously the rhinoceros, like a lot of animals, their horns or parts of their body are considered sacred as medicine in African countries. And I think I told you I actually had a shaman present at my birth because I was born in West Africa. And so I've actually been around shamanic medicine and medicine men, and then in Asia with Sufis and everything else. So this is a very spiritual card. And the medicine man is here because his energy is quite linked to the rhinoceros. It has, as a spirit guide, as an animal that will actually, seems like a career path I'm taking. You have chosen the cards that come out of this deck for you. All the cards have their own levels, but you have been drawing the more powerful of the powerful. So if you kind of went up in a pyramid, you've been taking the top tier of the power animal cards. So like in the animal totem or in totem animal spirits. And Roxy loves these cards. No, you can't have that. This one. Okay, we'll read that one next. I'll read that one right now, shall I? I'll read this one. Okay, I'll read this one, thank you. I know, you want... She never does this. She only does it with your readings, Pagan Grace. Yes, darling. Okay, I know. This is the powerful animal on land. The rhinoceros, like, I know. Okay, this one. I'll stop with the other one. She has a very definite affinity to you, Pagan Grace, with her cards and what she draws for you. Okay, thank you. But you can't have the tree. Come on, sweetie. Come on, sweetie. Come on. There we go. I know, you're beautiful. There we go. There we go. That's it. You've done your bit. You've told me exactly what you wanted. So, we love the rhinoceros. It's a very powerful animal. Get on with it. Exactly. I'm trying to. She's in the way. She said, I've done that one. And you have to do this one next. So, I'll do this one because I got told to. Nothing like having a cat upstage you on your own stream and just tell you that's the card you read next. Do you not know that? It's the orca, and it's called Songlines. Orcas, like all cetaceans, the whale family, all of these mammals, they sing a song. Their songlines are hereditary, that each family have their own songline. Now this is where my zoology, ecology and conservation biology degree comes in, because marine mammals, like us, are unique. They have their own unique markings that they can see each other by individually. That is almost like their fingerprint. Every tail of every one of these is different. That's their signature. So when you're out on a boat and you're counting a pod, you draw the tails, because the tails tell you exactly which animal it is. It is like our fingerprint, it's unique. When you record their songs underwater, everything from dolphins right the way up to all the whales have their own song. But each species has a different type of song, and that is their song line. And that song line comes down in their family. It is their ancestry. It's almost passed down in their DNA as to what's happening. But each individual family and each individual member will also have their own very specific song that they sing. They will have a range of about 5 that they will sing. A mother and her young will have a song that they actually sing themselves, so that she knows that is her child and the child knows that's his mum. The family group will have one. A male and female will have a mating song, but they also have one when they're happy, and they have one for danger. And that's how it's a bit like bats when they echolocate, they change the echolocation for those different things. These animals are exactly the same. So we found out animals communicate in a very different way, very similar to us. They can show joy and sadness in everything they do. The song lines in this one is telling you that in your ancestors, in your history, there are things that you can learn. Understanding your history, your ancestry, your family, your extended family allows you to take something forward that you may not have realised was important. And that's what the song lines of the orca. They're incredibly powerful, but they're also very gentle. They're highly intelligent, and some people will dub them the killer whale because they work together. But can you see this one here? They've also been known to help people in the ocean, like dolphins, where they actually have divers that have been caught. They've actually very gently nudged them into a safer current and helped them get to safety. And there have been stories of divers that have actually they seem to be flying. They are, and it's also what they're saying is this is the top of the ocean, this is the under, and they're saying, you see the top here, this is the turbulent water. Under here is the calm, and it's saying even when things in family life and on top of the world seem to be getting you turbulent, troubled, that actually when you go below the surface, this is the ancestry. When you look beyond the top, you go down into the surface and you look deeper into your song lines, into your ancestry. What you also find is the gentleness and the core being of your family. And they look like they're flying because this is actually the ocean ground, but they're also telling you that orcas have the ability, if you turn that upside down, to come out of the water, and it is almost like they're reaching for the humankind, saying, we actually have a lot to teach you. Listen to us, listen to the song of the sea. Too much, that's absolutely fine. You can join the queue and we'll make sure you get a reading today, and you're absolutely fine, not a problem at all. So this one's telling you quite a lot. Listen to your past, understand that going deep actually means finding out more about yourself, and it's very much with the power animals. Knowing your strengths, knowing where you come from, helps you know where you're going. Wow. The red-crowned crane has a majestic story. The word they have here is loyalty. The red-crowned crane, like certain other birds, mate for life. But they were also, in the Japanese dynasties, considered the most auspicious bird to see in the palace. So they would build these great big areas to entice the red-crowned crane to breed on them for luck. Because they stay with the same partner, like a swan, it's very much that they're loyal to family, friends, but to their partner. So when they give their bond, and we translate that to us as humans to say, when you enter a relationship, when you enter a long time friendship, you have that quality of deep, profound loyalty. And a lot of the other cards are talking about different attributes and powerful attributes. Loyalty is one that is highly revered in all cultures. They remind you of penguins as well. Yeah, they absolutely do. But this is the beauty, and this is almost like, you can see here how it's a bird and it's been almost morphed into a woman. This deck is beautiful because what they're saying is these traits we can take on as humans, but also it shows you that we can learn so much from the animals that we see. And penguins are another one. They mate for life. There are so many birds that when they pick their mate, they don't change them every year. They mate, and then some of them after they've mated, and if something happens to their mate, they will not actually take a mate. It's absolutely a demonstration of love. The crane does a similar thing. He looks for things to show his loyalty and his dedication. So it's saying how much we can actually learn. And then when they do, you see the moon and the stars and the phases of the moon. That's saying the cycles of the moon, their loyalty lasts forever. It's not fleeting. It is long lasting. And when you have that loyalty, it's like having the full moon shining on you. It doesn't matter how things go from the dark to the light, that loyalty is always there. So this is saying you are someone of incredible loyalty. I had another card. I'm sure. Oh no, it's that one there. I took it over. That's okay, because I had that one there. The orcas were over there. I did. Am I getting mad? Didn't I have another card on the table? Okay. I don't think Roxy took off with the card. She didn't knock it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I put more cards on the table. They're all there? Okay. That might have been just because I had it set out in a different way. That's okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I can't have it like that. That's okay. I thought for a second, did you take a card off the table? I can't remember. That's okay. Whatever cards are on the table now, they're meant to be read. I don't know, because she didn't have a card in her mouth. You have the tiger again. The big cat has made a play. Again, you can see the rider on there, but you can also see a goddess figure up here who has the many arms. It's also, you know, when you see the dance they do in India and there's like people all in a row and they take this figure where they all do their arms in different places. The tiger's word is will. This is also showing it's not only just the will, it's how even in the stillness they can move and change, because their will is to be silent and to move through life almost without being seen and being invisible, but their power is innate. You can tell they have a strong will, a strong determination. If a tiger wants something, it will get it. Nothing will stop it. But it doesn't kind of go like an elephant bull at a gate. this does it by stealth. When this is talking about someone who means to harness the power of the tiger, that really sounds like you. They don't want to be on show. Everything about the tiger, its markings, the adaptations of the fur between its pads allow it to open its finger out like this, so you can't actually hear it. They are incredibly quiet. Even in grass that is brittle, they are very capable of just putting that paw down and very gently putting it out to not make a sound, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to catch their prey. Their adaptations are incredible, but it is their will and determination and drive to get exactly what it is they want. That's what they're harnessing here. He said they have that will, but they don't do it out in front. They're not like a lion is very much on show. They're very much, look at me. Tiger is, you don't need to see me, you just feel. My mother says that to me a lot. When I want something, I won't stop until I have it. That is the will of the tiger. You know that song, The Eye of the Tiger? It is very much when a tiger sets its sights on something, it will watch it for hours until the perfect opportunity. Nothing will take its focus away. Absolutely nothing. And that's what this is about. If you harness that will, the tiger will take you through anything. It will go through water, it will go through mountain, it will do anything. Hello Heather, how are you? Welcome back, lovely to see you. That's wonderful. That's one of those things that helped me through this journey of self-improvement. It is, you have that very strong will and determination, the will of the tiger. You have the will of the tiger, and when you have the eye of the tiger, the sight, which is where tiger's eye comes from, it's very powerful. The stripes through it look like a tiger, and it is that very much, the Jasper is very much will, determination, focus. When I set my sights on it, I will have it. It is a great quality to have, a great quality. Ghost Floof, meet HT Thomas, Heather, both my mods in channel. You might not have seen Heather Ghost because you've been away, and I'm not sure if you saw her beforehand. And Heather Ghost has been away because of power problems, so you do know Thomas, just making sure. So just making sure the two of you know each other as you're my two mods in channel. We will, over the Christmas break, be setting up the Discord, and because I've now got several mods, there'll be a Discord set up just for mods so you can chat. So if there's something going on, you guys can talk and decide between you who's going to do the shout outs, who's going to do the banning. So yeah, it's just I haven't had a chance to get it done, and so what we're going to do is, as I said to Anna, we're having a very quiet Christmas. We'll just spend a little time, we'll set up the Discord, and we'll make sure that there is links, because I want animal links, I want deck links, people to put different things in there so you can post pictures, but I want one specifically for the mods so you guys can actually chat to each other on the Discord that no one else sees, and so that you can actually have that. So as I said, Heather, on both your accounts, you're staying a mod. So I've taken your VIP badges because you can't be VIP and a mod. So, and do that. It'll also count for later on, because as the channel grows, mods, founders will actually get more cards in a reading, then VIPs, then those with follows, and those who want a reading who haven't followed will only get one card. Just because, as you've guys seen, I did 7.5 hours. As we get further up, I'm going to be doing stupid amounts of reading. I don't mind being on there, but I need to make it fair that those that haven't put the time in and supported the channel don't get the same amount of cards. And we'll put a poll on that, but just in chat, do you think that's a fair way of doing it? That sounds good? It's just people that have shown their dedication to the channel by subscribing, and those first 10 who are founders, the mods will get extra because I think they should be allowed to join the queue too, because while they're having a reading, if there's another mod, they can take care of that and the mod can actually have their reading. So the mods and the founders will have the same amount of cards because they're doing more in the channel. They've supported me the very first 10 and the mods. Those are VIPs, and there'll be 20 of them until I get further ones. Those that follow, and then those that don't follow, just in there, they will only get one card. So we'll probably go 1, 3, 5 and 7. And I'll always throw in an extra oracle card for doing that, because I want to make it fair. Because you guys saw one night, we must have had 25. Yeah, that's fine. And the mods can say, short reading's fine. So you can say, I'll have a 3 or a 5 card. But if you need up to a 7 card, that's fine. Okay. So the polar bear, oh my God. You've had this card before, Pancreas. The polar bear. They've got ancestors. Do you remember we said the song lines here was about ancestry? Polar bears are definitely ancestry. They live in the most inhospitable habitat. It came up on one of the Le Monde. Third time I showed you now, it's the third time getting his card. Yeah, it's you didn't have it in the oracles. So I tried streaming in tarot section, found the chat was a bit dead. Might not be that way for you though. You've been longer than I have. No, I'm still preferring this for the moment. I was going to do it this morning, but yeah, it's just I remember it, and the reason I remember it is because the polar bear is my top animal on my totem spirit. So I always remember when the polar bear comes up, because it also speaks to me, because this is my strong totem animal. I do prefer just chatting as well, yeah. It has ancestors. The reason it has the ancestors is because you see how they've done it out of the ice. The only way a polar bear lives, like the elephants, the memory of the polar bear is quite extraordinary. It's not known as widely as the elephant is, like an elephant memory, but polar bears only know their way around the ice cap. It makes you think of Narnia. It does a little bit, doesn't it? They understand because, again, the feeding grounds, the trails they can go through the ice and the snow caps is incredible. But they are a powerful, powerful predator. Like the tiger, they're adapted to be able, as big and heavy and powerful as their paws, they're as big as a dinner plate. I don't know if you've ever seen one, pictures of one close up, or where you might have been to a zoo or something. Hello, Gage, how are you? Lovely to see you in the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. They are about that big. They're just huge. Yeah, a good 12 to 14 inches across. And they can go inordinate amounts of time underwater. But the ancestry, that is how they find their way around. That is another part of their strength. So the fact that you've got ancestry and song lines is telling you, learning a little bit about your family history, the traits and what people were like, may actually help you going forward. And you'll find there are some things you can identify with that you didn't realise. It kind of gives you a grounding and a linking to the past, which allows us to go forward. And when we have difficult and stressful times, it really, really allows you to have an anchor of something that will hold you on and go, I've got this. I've got the tenacity, I've got the drive, I've got the will, all of these things. This card is related with knowing your ancestors, absolutely, because this is the ancestor card. The word here is ancestors. As was the song lines in the Orca, is very much another ancestry, it's another word. Song lines is, it goes back to the ancestry. This is the same. So, knowing more about your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your wider family, understanding what they did, where they came from, the history of where they grew up, the types of things they wanted. And it's one of those things that I try to say to a lot of people: before the elders in your family who have all the family stories die out, the younger generation should find out. I do not have any of my older family, apart from my own brothers and sisters, that are actually alive. No uncles, no aunties, no living cousins. It is only my brother, my sister, and their families that we now have left in our line. We are the oldest of our generation in our family, and then go down. So it's my brother and sister. And as much as I got to know some stories, I wish I'd known more, because a lot of that family history had been lost in some ways. I was lucky my husband was heavily into genealogy and did a family tree and found out some more things. But this is saying it's actually quite important for you this year, 2020, to find out more about your ancestors and your family and where they came from. Because I think there'll be things in there that will mean a great deal to you. Like your gratitude journal, learning about these, I think you'll find you'll incorporate that. Yep, absolutely. Again, it's as the songs change. Is that better? It's really hard because it's a sliding one. You can't just put in a number. Is that better, or still a little bit too much? Yeah, and all you can do is just tell me, and we'll put it down. I'll get the coach asked my parents, my grandmother who's alive. I bet if you went to your grandma and said, I'd really like to know some of the family stories. I used to do what we call reminiscence therapy when I was working in aged care and dementia. And I'd say, still a bit too loud? Yeah, it's the different songs, and I'm trying to... How's that? Is that any better? Let's see if we can... Is that too low now? I've probably gone too far. There seems to be a little part of the bar that it's really hard to go above and below. It's really interesting that these cards came out because there's some questions I've been wanting to ask about my ancestors to my parents. You know, you can't hear it anymore. It's... I don't have any idea how they react by doing such reactions. Yeah, it's really good if you can do your family tree, but more than anything, that when you doing your family tree, there's actually loads of things on Google where, and it'll start with a plan where you will go, this is me. So if we go, okay, this is me here, and there's my parents, and then there's my grandparents. So if you go back and go, can I find my mum and dad, my grandma, my granddad, and then on your mum and dad's side, can I find my dad's parents, my dad's mum and dad, my mum's mum and dad, and you kind of put it in a chart. And then you go, then I try and find their parents, and it goes out like a V. So it starts with you, and along with you can put your brothers and sisters, and a line down, so if any of them are married and have children, you put those down. And then you can put your dad and your mum, and then on their same line you put their brothers and sisters. Ancestry.com is really good. And does, yeah, my husband used to use Ancestry.com. You can buy some very cheap software for putting it in, but there are loads of things online about how to set up a family tree. You can do it online. You can write it out and put it in a folder where you can put, those, and add information, and then you can add pictures to it and stories about it. And it really is an incredibly useful tool. It's also really good for medical histories. Yeah, an ancestry website. The reason it's really good for medical histories, it tracks your heritage, but also you can tell, so like if there's a family trait of having diabetes, and that's how when people have medical histories, and they'll say, do your mother or grandmother, it's very difficult for people that have been fostered or adopted if they don't know their own natural birth line of illnesses. So when you've actually got people alive, they'll say, oh yeah, so-and-so had this, and you realise that maybe there's diabetes in the family, and you know that you've got there's a greater chance if there's a big history of it. Epigenetics, absolutely. So it allows you to track that, and it doesn't hurt to kind of in red put and that's the thing, like my husband would get death certificates and he'd put down the actual cause of death. Yeah, family tree. 23andMe is good for the medical history and finding lost families. It's really good. And that, I think actually there should be more on those sites to put on the medical history, because if you have someone who has a problem, they can see it in the family, and it helps the medical people as well. And we should be tracking medical histories as well as their stories and what's about them, because that's often something that will help you in the present day that you can find out from the past as well. See, we cover loads of subjects on this thing, all coming out because of this. And it is amazing that you're asking that, because this is actually saying ancestry. So having been around aged populations in different countries, when you sit down and say, I'd love to talk to you about where you were when you were growing up, what you did, how you met Granddad. I just drew to know my future wife is related to a Queen, all I need to know. Well, there you go, absolutely. But it is good to find that out. And they will love talking about the stories because no one asks them, and they love telling their stories. Be prepared to hear them all. Give yourself a good afternoon, cups of tea or whatever it is they have, and then tell them to go back and say, can I record this so I can then like put it in and just write down the stories, just record it and have a chat to them. And it's really great, because the other thing is when they've gone, and when you have kids and you say, I have a recording of Grandma telling stories, and they get to hear their voice and the way they talked about it, and that's really special. And I wish I'd done that with my grandmother when I was 10. I really wish. And I had a little recorder. I wish I'd actually recorded her for my children who didn't get to meet her, to hear her lovely Scottish accent and how she would talk, because it was wonderful. So it is excellent advice. It's just, when I was in the care home, I bought a mini recorder, and I would actually say to the residents and their families, do you mind if I record them when we talk about the reminiscence therapy? Because they're going to come out with stories that you've probably never heard, because we take them back, especially the ones with dementia, and they go, we know very little. And I did what I used to call the treasure box. So I went to a special place and I got these treasure boxes that were printed up specially, and they were about the size of a big book, like a big encyclopedia, about 3 inches deep. And we put pictures in there, and when they passed, I put the recorder in and all the recordings and all the artwork that we did, and we called it the treasure box. It was actually the reminiscence box, so we called it the reminiscence treasures. And I'd give them to them and say, when you're ready, you can start listening to these. And one of them said, we're actually playing one of these reminiscence stories at the funeral, because they're coming up with stories none of us have heard. And she said, we'd like you to come along, and thank you for doing that. And it's part of that you can never get back when they've gone. So if you have anyone who is alive, and I'm not being morbid, the most wonderful thing you can do for your family and for them and for their memory is to actually record them with their own words and their own voice in stories they tell, because you will treasure them forever. That to me is an heirloom to pass down, and the grandkids love it. Grandma says things just like you do. And then you realise how much you sound like your parents and your grandparents. It's amazing what you find out. Very wonderful animal. You have the horse, Pagacris. And this one is freedom. And I've had this before in another reading. If you don't have an advanced photographic memory, a horse. Yeah, absolutely. And very few of us do. And even when you do, trust me, as you get older, it tends to go away. Yes, you had. I remember the horse. Yeah. This horse is freedom. It is the light saying coming out of the dark into the light. And this is very much when you're doing a lot of self-empowerment and self-improvement work, this is you. You're coming out of that area of being in. Hello, Analog. How are you? Good morning, good morning. I don't know if Kitty's still in chat, but we've got Kitty in here today as well. And I've got Pagacris in here, and we've got Heather, and we've got Ghost. And I was just telling them that over the Christmas break, we will put in a Discord, because I've actually got 3 mods in channel today. It's Space Store Famine, isn't it? And I said, and that way you guys can all talk together. And so we'll make sure that we have a Discord for the mods. As I said, because I know we actually have 4. We have Anna, Tribal, Ghost, and Heather. But depending on which one she's in, she comes in as Heather or Jupiter Moon Tarot. So exactly, trolls beware. And so yes, a little win. You'll win, will you? I don't know. You do realise that Anna used to teach karate and be a competitive karate in Kumite as well. Trust me, I back Anna in pretty much most things. I've seen her fight when she was 16, fighting grown men and winning. Yeah, trust me. I've seen Anna take on a full-grown man and floor him. 15 years of practical experience above her. That isn't using a sword though. No, so I'm good. But we don't need fights amongst the mods. As I said, when you're in there, you can decide who's going to do the band hammer, who's going to do the shout outs, and whatever it is you guys want to do. But it's lovely having you more in here. It just takes the pressure off of Anna. I love how you can tell how proud you are of it. It's lovely. I'm immensely proud of Anna. Anna actually became the youngest sensei in Australia at the age of 16. She had her belt before that, but she actually couldn't officially run a class on her own because of insurances. But yeah, she actually had to have another adult in there because of insurances, but she was teaching adult classes as the youngest sensei in Australia. I'm incredibly proud of her achievements. She was the same when we were in England. She became a director of the company before she was 21, and again was one of the youngest directors in England. So she has an amazing resume of achievements. Absolutely amazing, apart from all the incredible skills and things that she does. So I'm immensely proud of her. I really am. And I tell my kids I'm proud of them and why I'm proud of them. I don't say I'm proud of you. I tell them why I'm proud of them, because that's important. No stabby here. Oh, thank you. So Pagacris, the horse, this is your freedom. The more you know, the more freedom you have. You understand where you've come from, where you are in the present, and where you're going to. Oh, thank you, Heather. I really appreciate that. Oh, I now actually see the Black Pentacles coming up. I can't actually see them. We tried ever so hard, but until we actually get them done, I'm going to have to see Kiwi back in. I don't know how we do it. We wanted, because I wanted this, and I wanted it in the different colours, but we can only get it in black, and no matter how hard Anna tried, it wouldn't come up in colour. So that's what I wanted, and but we will try to do that. Well, you're an amazing woman, and I know sometimes you don't think you are, and like everyone else, we all need to be told how incredible we are and what amazing, unique talents we have and how much we've achieved in our life already, and sometimes we forget our achievements, and you never should. Take a crease. Glad you appreciate it. We have 4. Yeah, it just comes out really well. No, you didn't derail the reading at all because we'd finished, but what we have is pack a crease. You can have, I'll just do that. I just need to choose the last card. I think it's Rent to Grown. Yeah. We have the Universe card, the Archetype, the Wicca, or the Chakra. Which one of those would you like? And I'll just do the cue. We have Rent to Grown, then Arcas, it's you, then Gukafti, then Ghost, then Jasmine. So, which oracle would you like, Paga Crease, for your last card? Universe, Archetype, Wicca, or Chakra? The Wicca? I actually really love the Wicca and Chakra cards that we've got. I actually got these from the local newsagents, or Anna got them for me, and I love the cards. I absolutely love them. They're really, really quite insightful. It's amazing what you can pick up. Neptune. Ooh, this is a really deep planet. No, it says next up, Rent to Grown. This is, when I do a normal reading, then what I do, Ghost, is I pull an oracle card at the end. That's the oracle card. Yeah, I always do an oracle card. Sometimes it's the Universe. I was always doing just the Universe, but I've given people the choice of 4. The Universe, the Archetype, the Wicca, or the Chakra. So this is just the last card in his reading, and sometimes this ties it all together, because I do the reading and I always do a last card. So that's, I can understand. This mysterious gas giant is the furthest known planet from the Sun and is named after the Roman god of the sea. The ancestry lines with the orca. Like the depths of the ocean, Neptune is linked to the depths of the mind. It has association with the subconscious dreams, illusion and imagination, as well as transcendence and clairvoyance. Because of this, artistic pursuits are linked to Neptune, in addition emotions, sacrifice and mysticism. And a lot of that also goes in with finding out about your ancestors. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies of Neptune when practicing for sacrifice and let go, for reversal of fortune, for waiting for circumstances to improve, and for idealism, inspiration, and spiritual values. I think that ties in really nicely with you talking about your ancestors and finding out more of what's going on, and with your self-improvement and self-empowerment that you're doing, and your spiritual growth. Absolutely wonderful. You're very welcome. As I said, I really do like, they kind of add something, a different layer and nuance to the reading. I'm really enjoying using them. And thank you for letting me use the dice, and for our lovely Roxy, who sat here and told me exactly which card I had to use and kept patting it until I picked up the orca card. So she knew you needed to know about the ancestors because she picked that one, but she was actually sitting on the other one. So it's so nice. It's really lovely. Super smart, Fluffy. I wonder if my ancestors could speak with cats. Well, you never know. You might find out things, and you might find out stories that they own cats. Because I tell you what, she only goes like that. She will come in and out. But for you, every time now, she's laying on your cards. She wasn't only touching the card, she was absolutely batting it to say, why aren't you reading this one? I've never known her be so insistent. Absolutely. You have an affinity with Roxy. If you live local, I'd say you need to adopt her, because she's decided that she's looking out for you. Rent-A-Grown. Which deck would you like? We have the Druidcraft Tarot, Gaia, the Wizards, the Animal. Now, as we're coming up to Christmas, you can also have the Shaman, the Crystal, the Moonology, the Rock Pool, the Lenormand, or the Kipper. I'm her human. I'm her temporary human, because she goes up for adoption with her brother in the new year. And then we'll have other cats. We give lots of cats home so they get a forever home. We're their temporary humans till they get their forever humans. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 decks to choose from. I don't know which to choose. I was actually going to ask about a general family stuff because I've been working on Ancestry again. I descend from a border clan in Annandale, Scotland. Ooh, lovely. And I've recently gotten really into our modern clan activities. Do you have a deck that would be good for that? Ancestry deck. Ancestry deck. Yeah. The reason I've chosen the Gaia for you, you can't go wrong with the spirit animals. Now that is a really good the run. The reason I chose this one is because the very first 8 cards, this deck is different to a tarot deck. It's on a similar line, but this one actually, the first 8 cards go from the source, they go the child, they go actually through the family. It's a very different deck. So they don't have the Magician and the Empress, they actually have family members. So you have the choice of that, you have the choice of that, or I can get you the spirit animal deck if you prefer. So the Gaia, the dice, or the spirit animal. Yeah, absolutely. I think they've all got a bit about them. The Gaia one, okay. It's like tarot, but it's actually not. It's similar, but it has extra cards in it. But they've also taken it in a slightly different tack, which is it's more of the attributes and what goes on with the family. So for Ancestry and talking about family and your modern clan activities, I am also descendant from Scottish lines, from the Royal Stuart clan and Mary Queen of Scots. Sounds like an Aries who can jump for spontaneous impulses. Yeah. Okay. Ancestor, modern. Ancestor, modern. Ancestor, modern. Ancestor, modern. I'm going to do past, present, future. And because I've done 2 and everything else, I'm taking 2 shadow cards because I just felt I needed to. I'm out of my porch. 2 black cats I've never seen before just come up to me. I couldn't make this stuff up. No, I know. I just got my new deck today. Met the mailman at the door. Wonderful. Do you know if any of your ancestors went into the occult and spiritually as you are? I have been told that Nan Ray, who became an Olympic swimmer, who I look like physically, all my brothers and sisters are 6 foot tall, blue-eyed and blonde and very fair-skinned. I am short, very dark, go as brown as mahogany, and dark brown eyes. I also, like my descendant Nan Ray, got into the Olympic swimming team for Scotland before I was 10. I'm told that she was another one who was very different in the family, and I seem to be much more like her. I also have a little bit apparently of my great-great-grandmother, who was very much into almost like more the Scottish type of what would be fortune telling and stuff. And our female line, which actually still holds strong today down to Anna, not the males, only the females, we all speed read naturally. It is not something we learn. We can read a book in an hour. And I mean, we speed read, but we almost read pages. And that has come very strong through the family line. And I'm told that that's also come from something like a Claire, in the fact that you see things and know it, see things and know it. But for us, it comes out like speed reading. So we have different abilities. So I'm not sure in that regard, because again, some of the stories are there. But I've had an affinity with shamanic healing from the time I was born, to Buddhism, to Sufis, to being in different temples, the dragon temples, the Aboris, the snake temples in Africa and Asia my entire life. And I just always seem to get incredibly powerful spiritual people come into my life from different religions and everything else. So who knows? You just take what comes into your life. My brothers and sisters, not interested, nothing like that at all. So, but let's see exactly what's going on here. And my dad was aghast when I told him at 14 I wanted to join a coven. Marsha, how are you? This is Anna's hat. You saw Anna wearing it? I pinched it. I did. I pinched it. So she got the 6 foot hat and I went, oh, we've got to use the 6 foot hat. So, yeah. Whoa. Incredible cards here. Your shadow cards? A veil over her face. She was psychic, at least that was what I was told. Yeah. Yeah, they tend to have the thing over. Yeah. This is the one of fire. This is the golden orb spider. You can see almost the line, but it has the lion's face and then it has the horns. This is almost like a depiction of Aries, the ram, and the lion, and the spider orb. It is saying the fire energy, which is ambition, knowledge, wisdom, career, all of that. But in this deck, the fire knowledge is linked to understanding the transformative energy of fire. Very powerful. You then have the Queen of Air. This would be our Queen of Swords. I love it when these cards come out. The Queen of Swords, the air fuels the fire. You're 100% in Aries. This is your card. This is your card. This is almost like a significator, and it's telling you the Queen of Air is the Queen of Swords. This is the intellect, the focus, the wisdom, the clarity, understanding the shadow side. I'm the Queen of Swords, I'm a Libra. We are air signs. We have the communication. Having the two together
the fire and air, it's saying this is the real strong understanding, listening to your solar plexus, the power chakra. This is the mind. Two very powerful shadow cards for you here. And I don't let me see it, but understand it is the King of Air. So there's the two. So I'm going to turn that and put that back here. As this is almost like an ancestry reading, we're going to say that's the ancestors that are coming through to give you the energies for this reading. This is the past ancestor. The past ancestor here is the 4 of earth. This is grounding. That's saying this ancestor is telling you that the 4 of earth would have been the 4 of Pentacles in the tarot, which is the foundation and building of resources, a nest egg, of making sure that you had everything you needed. As an ancestor, they were very aware of the practical daily things. So this is telling you that you have a grounding in the practicalities, and one of the things that will come through from your ancestors is the ability to take care of everyday matters and be strong in them. So when you're trying to find out stories, find stories of how they built on things, how they started things from nothing. They might have built up a farm, a business, a plot of land, how they increased the family status and wealth and the stability of the family in general. Present day, another fact. So we've actually got, and again, although these have been shuffled, that's the 4 from the ancestor, telling you that's holding on. The 3 is where you actually have mastery. So it's almost like the 4 is saying, we built the foundation. We still own the original farm from when we came to America. I'm the next to inherit it. I am blown away. Because that 3 is saying you have mastery and will take commissions, and there's the 3 of coins saying that built the foundation. This is you taking it to another level. People think the 3 is from the 3 you grow into the 4. When it's ancestry and modern, that's saying they built the foundation for you to keep going and to improve to the point where you take commissions and it's growth and it evolves and changes and grows into something greater. You can see the squirrel putting the nuts away. They harvest and they keep it for later. That's exactly an heirloom, the original growing in the background to keep things for the nest egg. You still have the nest egg. I am blown away by that. I've just got shivers. Oh. Daddy's my life's goal. I can't wait to propagate and bring it back to life. It's been fallow since the 1960s. Oh my god. I just literally am coming out in goosebumps. That card is telling you that is going to happen, and you are going to find a particular crop and a way to use it that is going to help you. Look into different ways of using the environment in your area. Look at different environmental associations. When I did conservation biology and environmental studies at university, there were loads of programs coming out to bring back farms to use different crops, but they also have ancestry or traditional crops where you can get the seed bank, because seeds can stay in the earth for hundreds of years. When you're there, keep looking for and see what old crops they had. You might find some traditional ancestry crops that when you can get hold of those seeds, they will flourish in that area. Especially if you can have an area where you can do fruit crops of orchards and stuff like that. Oh. Okay. This is I've not been allowed to use the land up until this year. We're starting with bees. That's really, really good because bees are endangered, but again, by building up the bees and having that, then if you introduce flowers and fruits, you will have that there. That's a brilliant way to go. Are you doing some agricultural studies as well, so that you know a little bit more about agri-farming and what you're doing? Because there's loads and loads of courses and things to help you get through, and lots of, look for grants. There are loads of grants to help with different things, especially if you're going for some certain specialty crops as well. Ancestors. This is one of the major. This is healing. It starts with the family, and then it goes through the attributes that the family have and pass down to the next generation. This is healing. You see this one here almost looks like the magician. He has the caduceus. You've been studying sustainable farming methods for the last 10 years. Joel Salatin is my personal Lord and Saviour, and absolutely. Yeah. Also look for something in the sustainable farming where some of the actual plants may be used for healing properties as well. Even if you do a small area on the farm where you do healing plants, because lots of laboratories will find them if they have a special area where they can be grown. Because all around the world, when I was getting aromatherapy oils and herbs, there would be certain small holdings who would grow specifically one herb or one plant, and it was the best in the world, and everybody from the companies that would get the oils would get their plants to make into aromatherapy oils and different things, because they just had the right combination. Oof, I have an uncle that makes a fortune selling certain medical spices just for cooking. Absolutely. My personal garden is now moving the source of my personal apothecary. This is the present. The ancestors are telling you healing is a really, really strong pathway for you to follow. You're doing that now. This was definitely the right deck for you, Rentagram. Healing, the sage. Not only is the sage actually physically, as you know, an apothecary plant, but the sage is wisdom, and that is taking from the past, the wisdom, the knowledge, taking what we know from the past, bringing it to the forward to be able to project it into the future. That healing card with the sage, shining the light on the wisdom, that, the owl, the ancestor owl is coming through. That is an air sign. These are air signs. They are telling you, that one, using your mind as you are. Clary Sage is I love Clary Sage. I used to use that loads. Incredibly powerful. Wolf. There is wolfbane. There's loads of other plants there, but can you see here everything that is going around? You already understand as an apothecary what's going on. You are on the right track, but there are certainly some other things to look to, because healing properties in plants may very well be an area that your farm can grow. It's like your bees with the honey jelly. Getting the right place to have that, really, really important. And that might be a way that your farm is not only sustainable, environmental, but actually almost has something behind it that makes it unique to stand out, to allow it to be taken on by different companies that, as we say, like Go says, medical spices for cooking, all sorts of things. You see here the ancestry side. This is journey. The path here in the ancestor, they trod the path, you are now carrying on. You see the trees here, it's almost like a huge bower, but they're growing up That is the main path here. This is the sigil for the family saying this root is strong, this tree is strong. The branches as they come out, we are pushing them through, and these are the different areas you will be able to find. Each one of these branches coming off here is a different income source that we are telling you on this journey you'll be able to use. It also has the light, also has the light, also has the light. You're being, like the star, lit on your path as to where you're going. Huge amount of hope. The transformation here, you almost see like fireflies lighting the way and going through. Incredibly powerful as your ancestry card. Your journey will be strong, but travelled with integrity. And the past are telling you whatever the journey you take and however you build this, to keep the journey, the roots strong, you need to do everything with integrity. This card is an added extra in this deck. They end with the world. Hello, Sip Doggo, how are you? I got your message. No problems about the cards being tomorrow. I totally understand. You can't get into the garage where the box is locked up. Not a problem at all. But thank you for letting me know. Because Anna's listening out because the Pokemon cards are being delivered today. So, the 200 of those. So I won't get to see those. She will spirit them away. Oh, you've got the cards that come around now. Anna is home. Yeah, absolutely. Anna will answer the door. And she'll grab the cards from you. Not a problem at all. Yep, she's here. Well, it was really good to be here, but I have to sleep. Good night, everyone. Have the rest of my stream. Paga Chris, thank you for coming in. Really love doing your reading. And I'm really, really pleased that you're now able to go. See you guys soon, Snip. Bye. Take care. Night-night. When Snip comes in, just bring up so we can actually have a quick see and he can see the setup. I know we won't speak now, but he can just have a quick look and just come in so he can see the setup of what's going on. Night, Pago, all wishing you well. Absolutely. I want to live close to you guys. Snip's coming around because the challenge I'm doing, the gaming challenge, he has a box of thousands of Magic the Gathering cards which he is loaning me to use indefinitely for our gaming charity raising money for Australian firefighters, and he's never seen my setup, so I just want him to come quickly and have a quick brief, have a look to see where and how we're going to use the cards. So, rent grown, integrity. Again, can you see we have the owl, the wisdom of understanding using integrity going through the ages is incredibly powerful. We have the leopard here again. The cheetah and the leopard are very much, though they might seem alone, it is the integrity of what is going on here in this card, saying whatever you do, live with integrity. And can you see the sigil here with the bush there? It's all saying the water behind, clear, strong, cleansing, spiritual. In nature, when you live in integrity, the past and the present and the future are going to be strong. Really glad you asked me to do that reading. That was really, really great to do. Rent a Grown, do you want a universe card, an archetype card, a Wicca, or a chakra card? So you've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 rent. Yeah, we actually found out 10 of us streamers live pretty close. We had a meet-up, You'll Have a Chakra, in the bar and grill, which is 2 minutes from our place, so I could walk there. And when we do the charity event, we're going to try and get a few people, and we're going to do a stream terrain on a day and just have a rolling raid to raise the money. I absolutely love this. I especially love the air sign keeps coming up. My granddad, who left the farm to us, loved it. Was an Aquarius. Yeah. And you had the air sign of the Aquarius and you as the Aries. And you kind of have the double A. You have the Aries and the Aquarius. But totally synchronicity. The synchronicity in this reading has been, and I'm just getting goosebumps again. Oh dear. I had to pick 2. The top one is the present. Can't be more jealous if I tried. Never met anyone online that lived close than 300 miles from me other than on dating sites. We had no idea, and we kept saying we were going to have a meet up here for Stream Perth, and then we were putting on saying, well, we're here, and we were talking about the bar and grill. And they could, if they wanted to bring drinks, they could go there. And we said, oh, we live close to there. And we live close to there. And there's about 10 of us that we live very close. It's like, oh my God, we didn't know. So, yeah. So when we're actually doing the decks, they're going to come here. We're going to get pizza and drinks. And I'm going to skedaddle. Where do I live? In Perth. I live in South Perth in West Australia. And they had 60 go to the meet-up in Perth. You're in South Africa. I was born in West Africa. I was born in Freetown, Sierra Leone. So this one is the present day. Selflessness. I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. This is the 7th crown selflessness chakra. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. That is for you, the present one, your ancestor chakra card, and I took it from the bottom of the deck because I just needed to do both. You have the throat chakra, blue, air sign, expressing my feelings. I allow my emotions to be fully experienced. I acknowledge feelings of grief, anger or fear, and I make a conscious effort to express my emotions or resolve them within myself so that I can move forward freely. I just moved back to Tennessee, even though I hate it, specifically to help my aging grandparents. Yeah, it can be very difficult. I let the unconditional love experienced in my heart be expressed through my voice and my creativity. I let those close to me let me know how much I love and care for them. And I forgive all those who have done me wrong in the past, as well as forgiving myself, as I could not have responded in a more evolved way than I was able to at the time. I just moved back to Tennessee. She answers tag questions sometimes before something doesn't bother you. Yeah, because they come up on a different screen. You live in Tennessee too, see? When you start realising, but you don't live in the mountains. I'm glad. Next up is Arcas. Oops. I thought for a second, can I hear Roxy? And I realised it was you there.
Sorry, I'm lurking. Literally.
That's also very pertinent, and I love it. Thank you for the reading. I had a really good one last time and this time as well. You're very welcome, Red. You're very welcome. This question is, how good is the internet? I don't know. I live between Memphis and Nashville in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing here but homemade meth. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh dang, I'm in chat. Cottage industry.
FTW stands for the win.
For the win?
Yes.
I had no idea.
I can tell that's why you didn't read it out.
I don't know what that is.
It's like, for the win, yay!
Oh, okay, cottage industry for the win.
Not so much.
No,
That's
not
question.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Arcas, I need you to pick a deck. Druid, Gaia, Wizard, or the Animal Totem. We have to teach her how to internet, guys. Say again. Druid Craft Tarot, Gaia, Wizard Tarot, or the Animal Totem for your totem. Or you can have the Shaman, the Crystals, the Moonology, the Animal, Le Monde, or Kipper. You can't see the Kipper for some reason. I couldn't get the camera to pick all of them up tonight. The old delightful. Make her YOLO and yeet like all the kids when she flushes in Fortnite queues. I have no idea what you're saying.
That's the point.
Anna's calling me out because I don't know stuff.
In the nicest way possible.
I leave it to the universe. You choose. No, I don't choose your cards. I only chose like a special reading. So what I'm going to do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. I'm going to roll the dice. That hat on flick though. It's so cute. And look, I can't get this right, Anna. Hang on.
Which one are we looking at?
There we go. See, I have. For some reason, even that hasn't come down like it normally does. I don't know.
This one. Sorry for the jiggle. That one can actually tilt. Is that better?
Yeah. There we go. See, look. It's 6 foot long. Look, this is huge. And
I see you've clipped the back up so you don't have the accident that I did yesterday.
yeah. So I put it up there. YOLO is you only live once. Yeet is a meme to throw something. Flossing is a dance, and Fortnite is Fortnite, which I'm sure you know is a game. I knew Fortnite was a game. Flossing is a dance. I didn't know about that one. Flossing, I know you do with your teeth. Oh, that.
That
I
I
can do
can't
that.
even do.
Da, da,
Yeah,
da,
because
da.
Fortnite, they all do dances.
I can do that. You only live once. Well, it's better than you only die once. Because, like, when they say you only live once, that's when the thing comes out and says, no, you only die once. Like Subi said, you only die once, you live every day.
It's kind of like the kids' new version of Carpe Diem.
Oh, okay, you only live once. Seize the day, you only live once. Okay, fair enough.
Except that normally it's
I
because
still
they're
don't
about to do something
understand
stupid.
yeets and memes. Okay, I don't get memes. Yep, I don't get what a meme is. I'm understanding GIFs, they're pictures. I don't know how people make their own. I want to be able to learn how to do that, but I don't understand a meme. And I don't get yeet. Just a funny picture. But I thought that was a GIF. So a meme's a funny picture, like a GIF.
Yeet was apparently
Yeet is an
originally a
expression of
basketball
joy.
term.
Kids younger than 12 turned into a to throw something with a lot of passion. Kind of meme. A picture with a joke. Yes. Okay. Okay. Chat, it is your role to get me, what's the word? On flick with internet. Is that what they say? You got this. And then you can laugh as I get it all totally wrong. 619 Poker, hi, how are you? I'm very good.
At least we trained you that LOL doesn't stand for lots of love.
No, it's lots of laughs, I know that.
Yeah.
It's the expression of gusto. Good, and you, I'm absolutely brilliant. I've been given a lesson in the internet and memes and yeeting, and my chat's having a great deal of fun. You are the best mum. Oh no, she so gives me loads of grief in the nicest possible way. She goes, it's about time if you're going to be on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram and stuff and things.
If I've got to be down with the kids, so do you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is your LOL also stands for League of Legends and Laughing Out. I know Laughing Out Loud. Yeah, and League of Legends, and I know WoW is for World of Warcraft. I know that one. I'm getting there. So you guys have to, like, you know, get me all internet sorted.
I'm being lazy, not type using the fingers.
Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the new crystal deck. Arcas, are you happy with an oracle crystal deck? Internet sorted, lol. Never seen one. Okay, well this is a new one. If you hear funny noises in the background, we have a great big, we have a place here called Spotlight, and it does loads and loads of materials and craft stuff and everything else, and they give great big shopping bags. And at the moment, Roxy and her brother, I saw that on Netflix, I'm like, I'm gonna need to watch it. I love chocolates, oh yeah. And they keep running in and out, so if you hear a funny noise, the microphone picks up, it's them playing in the bag.
I've flipped it up the right way again.
It's you that does that, isn't it? Now you need to watch it. Yep. Okay. Akas, do you have a specific question, or do you want a general reading? I've got to run you all. Thanks again so much for reading. You're very welcome, Rent. You're very welcome. Glad to have you in the channel, and glad I was able to do a reading for you. You take care. See you next time. Lovely reading for you. Really appreciated it. Oh, they're just going everywhere today. General. Okay. Yeah, she wasn't convinced by casting of Cavill, but he nailed it. Yeah, I've got to watch it myself. So, podcast, you have clarity. This is, I can be as wholesome as Black Baby Yoda. I have to watch this in with Baby Yoda. I keep hearing about Baby Yoda, and I have to watch, is it
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars.
What about the deck on the far right, the ones with Love Dreamstones? Love, Dream. That is a Divine Animal Oracle. That's the new Moonology Oracle. This is the new Crystal deck. That's the Shaman Oracle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 are oracles. Then I have the Lenormand, and next to that I have the Kipper deck. But for some reason, I couldn't get normally it comes down lower, and I couldn't get it quite right this morning. So 4 Tarot, 4 Oracle, and the Lenormand and Kipper. Only understood if you ever watched Star Wars, otherwise give up. Oh yeah, no, I'm a Star Wars and Star Trek fan, and I love my sci-fi. Don't do horror, but I love sci-fi. I use every deck on the table. I use, plus the ones you can't see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 decks on the table, and dice that I use. So I have 15 different methods of divination and these dice, so that's 16 different methods of divination on this table, and sometimes I have even more. And that's not counting the decks I have over here at hand if I need to. Yeah, I use all my decks, and when I'm doing personal readings, I swap them in my collection because I have over 80, but when I actually do live readings, I will use 7 to 8 decks, sometimes up to 10. Oh no, it's only a small collection. I know I have friends who've got over 500. So, but I'm picking up, but I like to do a variety of decks, and these range from, I think I turned to skeptic to believer today. Oh, that's always really good when they get a reading and they go, there's something in this. I love that. Absolutely love it. So podcast. Your first card is Tanzanite, and this is telling you that one of the things you need to think of is clarity. So clarity in how you come across to people in your communication. So clarity in communication, clarity in what it is you know you want to do. So especially kind of over this Christmas New Year period and coming into the new year, this could very well be your keyword for the year. So how to put clarity. You want the universe to be clear with me. I think actually the universe is giving you a question, that the universe is going to be very clear with you, but you have to have clarity in what you're asking the universe for. You can't ask the universe for something that is nebulous. Oh, hello. That sees me, but you can't see the cards. No, and you can't see that thing. Bro, hang on. Anna, what you doing?
Oh, I forgot there's a delay. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I can still see the
I'm trying to be a tech wizard. I'm like, normally you
That's
see
better.
a little bit.
That's better. Stop. Yes. Good girl. Stop. Perfect. Don't move. We can see a little bit of the hallway. Can you just tilt it just a tiny little bit more?
Yeah, because I thought
Stop.
could
Stop.
normally see more of you, so yeah, just had to come back a bit.
That's
why I can
better.
see stuff.
Yay! But it's more you can see all the cards. Yay! I couldn't get it right. So the universe is telling you the clarity. You need to be clear and precise with exactly what it is you're asking for. So if you want the universe to be clear with you, what it's saying is, first of all, you need to be clear with yourself, and then clear in your communication what you're asking for. That is very important. This was the other underlying card. Crystallite. Animals. Sorry for the bounce. Don't tap the camera. She wasn't tapping it, she was actually behind and she was moving it. This card is saying that animals are going to be part of your life. Need to have an angle for cat cameras. Yeah, we're going to have to set up another cat cam, aren't we? So I don't know if you have animals in your life at the moment or you deal with animals, but definitely when animal cards come up, they tend to be saying you have a quality of caring and nurturing and giving about you, but there may be an animal in the next few weeks and months that is going to make a big impact on your life. It might be a pet that you have, or it might be an animal that you help out, or a friend or somebody who has an animal that you need to help with. But animals are going to be coming into your life in a big way. You have, yes I do, they keep finding me. Any particular type of animal that's finding you? Is it all sorts, cats and dogs, or is it other types of birds or something in particular that keeps coming to you? Because that can be quite significant. Thank you. If you hear a background noise, orangish colour, Orange colour what? So I'm asking you what animals. Oh, a dog recently, cats before that. Okay. A dog. Okay. So they're coming with you, probably with messages from the universe saying when you've helped them, they've come to you for a reason. And they're giving you a chance to show the universe what qualities you have that you're showing, and the universe is saying maybe you're not realizing that those qualities you have can be used in other ways as well. We have soul connection crystal. These are crystals that are joined. They actually come out of the earth and they are joined like this, and they're called soul connection crystals. This is the Lover's card, where it's almost like your twin flame, your soul flame, where the crystal is donating that you have someone incredibly close who is twinned with you through the crystals. So whether you do at this moment have a relationship or are looking for a relationship, there is someone very, very close, and that crystal is donating that the qualities you're showing, the caring, the nurturing, all of the things you're doing, helping and having clarity to the universe, all these things. Can't imagine who is I'm a loner. You may think you're a loner, but I think actually the animals that are coming to you are telling you you actually have a lot to give. You have a lot of love, a lot of caring, a lot of nurturing. You actually have a great deal inside you. Just take a doggy for a walk and greet the first girl she walks to. That's your dating tip, Ghost. That the animals are there to show that you have a very soft, gentle side, and there actually is someone out there, definitely, that is waiting to meet you. If you feel you're a loner, you're actually telling the universe you're not ready for this. So I'm very clearly telling you I'm alone and I'm not ready to let someone come into my life yet. Until as you open up with the animals, they're saying, but if you can open up with the animals, when are you going to open up to allow a human to come into your life to show those wonderful qualities of caring and nurturing and giving and sharing to someone who wants to be in your life? Because can't let anyone in my life isn't set as I would have it. Selenite, which is the hearts I use, spiritual awareness. Sometimes we close ourselves off because we think unless I have the perfect home, the perfect job, the perfect life, no one is going to want to be with me. Your spiritual awakening is keyed to the person that's going to come into your life. I think that might be a car pulling up, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And this is saying, what is that saying? Life is what happens while you make other plans. Exactly. Absolutely spot on, Anna. It's like someone saying, I'll be happy when I lose my 20 pounds. I'll be happy when I get the new job. I'll be happy when I get the house done. I'll be happy when I get my teeth fixed. All of this.
Yeah, there's no reason why they're separated. Feel free to mix them in. Alright.
Snip, come in. Okay, fair enough. So, this is saying you actually have to see this that you're doing with the animals. You've got to start opening those feelings up, because that spiritual awakening is waiting to happen. You've got to tell the universe, because at the moment you're being very clear with the universe. Don't send me anybody, I'm a loner. Haven't got things right? Oh my God, just show it on camera. Just put it on here, just for a second. Remember I told you we were given a box of Magic the Gathering cards?
Think. Oh, sorry.
Can you see?
It's not. quite awful, but yeah, it's rather heavy.
Just,
There are loads of.
I'm not looking because I can't see them.
Can you? Yeah. See all the.
See that?
Loads.
That.
Loads of cards and deck boxes.
This is the Magic the Gathering we have been loaned so we can do the charity event. This has been loaned by Snip Doggy. I can't remember the name.
Snip Snap Doggo.
Snip Snap Doggo.
Another
a
meme.
streamer who is going to help us but has allowed me to have those cards to raise money. I just want the universe to send me the money I have to start making my films and hiring people and get equipment. How's that for clarity? That's fine. If you want the universe to help you with your career, sometimes when you say send me the money, it goes, readings will now take 2 hours per person, only 2 allowed in a queue per day. They're not the ones I'll be reading with on here. They're going to be for the charity event because I will not be looking at those. They're Magic the Gathering. I am not looking at that box of any of the cards in there. When I do that challenge, it is sight unseen. You're just teasing. So this totally is letting you know the universe brings about what we want in different ways. You could ask for money, but they'll say, what are you doing to bring that in? So if you're saying, I want that to start doing this, it's like, am I too late for my turn or can I join the queue? Absolutely. No, you're not. You're actually in the queue and it's not a problem at all. We're nearly coming up to you. So it's definitely trying to give you the clarity and saying, what do you want? Thank you, Ghost. Didn't skip you at all. No. You also have Crocosite, which is sexuality. So with the twin flame, the lovers here and the spiritual awakening, it's letting you know that focusing on career is one part of your life, but love and sexuality are very big parts of your life that you're closing yourself off to. And for all of this to happen, you might find can my signifier be Liliana? I don't know what that is, and it's probably something I don't even know anything about. And we have rose quartz, your inner child. These are the two spectrums. The inner child coming out to tell you, getting in touch with all those things that you love to do and enjoy doing. Opening yourself up to relationships. And all of this. Oh, Magic Joke. Yeah, I figured it was something way above my head. No, nothing about a spoiler at all. To allow all of this to come. Because while you lock yourself away, you actually don't manifest the things you want because you're closing yourself off. By opening up into your inner child and your heart space and to other people, sending the message out that you want to make films, hire people and equipment for clarity, absolutely. Put all that out there. But I think the universe is sending you the message saying, I'm trying to help you, but also I need you to open up to different experiences. So with your films and getting those things, you're opening yourself up to so many different opportunities. Okay? Now I know you've had an oracle card, but would you like a universe, an archetype card, a Wicca, or a chakra card? What are these? You can't see them from the end of here. It's the last. They're just extra cards that I do at the end of every reading. So they're like an oracle, but they're just slightly different. So we have the universe card that actually gives you a little saying, an archetype, a Wicca, or a chakra card that just gives some extra bit of information to add to the reading. Wicca. The Wicca card you have is Saturn. Saturn is named after the father of the Roman god Jupiter. It is the leveler or teacher. He teaches us life lessons that we are subject to the cycles and rhythms of nature as we move from one stage of life to the next. He is linked to structure, perseverance, responsibility, and the completion of a cycle. Many say the planet's position in the horoscope is connected with karma and past lives. His gentle magic works slowly, but it can be extremely powerful, so patience is required. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies of Saturn when practicing or using anything to do with old age, with establishing and breaking down of boundaries or limitations, with clearing obstacles and restrictions, and with patience. I think Saturn is telling you that you have established maybe some very strong boundaries for yourself and some barriers and limitations by focusing on one area of your life and maybe not giving any energy and thought to the other parts of your life as being a loner, and maybe bringing somebody into your life and allowing yourself to be open to that might very well allow other things to start flowing too, because when you put up barriers in one area, we don't realize when we give ourselves limitations, it limits us in other areas of life too. So I know you want clarity to give to the universe. Maybe the universe is trying to say, this is a free flow. I'm trying to give you some signposts as well of how I can help you and make things happen. And I really do hope that you start getting the opportunities for the extra money to make your films and to start hiring people and get equipment. Okay? I hope that's helped in some way. Let's see. Cute. Kafti, you're next, and then it's Ghost, and then Jasmine. The way I see it is, if I can establish myself monetarily, I can move without worry, so that I can move on and do all those things. That's why it's such a big deal. Totally understand. We often think we kind of, get very focused on doing one thing at a time and go, I'm great, you're there. Can you start looking and thinking of decks you like? And that's your way of how you want to live your life. That's absolutely fine. The universe is just giving you an alternative in a way that it can help you. Okay? Maybe opening up, you might find there's opportunities and different ways of getting people and equipment that can help you in a different way that you hadn't thought of. Because sometimes it's very easy for us to get quite blinkered in saying, this and this. We get so focused, we tend to not look at the other avenues that might be available to us. And maybe that's the universe saying, I'm providing other avenues and you're not looking in the right places, so broaden your field of vision. That might help you. And there might be someone out there who comes into your life quite unexpectedly who can open doors that you didn't realize were even there to help you. So I think that's what the universe is trying to say, that sometimes we have to be open to the opportunities and people that come into our life because they can make a big difference. Hello, Roxy, like our Roxy girl. Hello. Hello. What you doing, Roxy? Where you going? Not sure what you're after today. You're very welcome. It's not that you will have no worries after you say, it's that if you have no worries, then you'll be able to really establish yourself. Oh, no, that's absolutely fine. I understand. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Excuse me, I can't see the screen. Love you, little girl. that if you have no worries, then you'll be able to really establish yourself. Yeah, understanding. No, thank you. That's where I want to be, yeah. To be without worries. I think we all want to be. No, that's fine. I think we all want to be like that. Arcas, I think we do. Yeah, and we all want to do that. We all want to be able to live our dream and live our life the way we want it and feel we are free of those worries, that we can focus on what it is we want to do. Absolutely. Gukafti, which deck would you like for your reading? Druid, Gaia, Wizard, Animal. They're the tarot cards, the oracles, the shaman, the crystals, the immunology, the animal oracle, or the Le Monde or Kipper. So you have 4 tarot, 4 oracle, and these ones here, or pick the words or the pictures that you like. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try to make an attempt to put myself out there and see if I get closer to my dream. That's all any of us can do, is open up, put ourselves out there and see what the universe has to offer. And keep coming back in and let us know how things are going. We are, absolutely. And can I ask what type of films it is you want to make? The one with courage, the Le Monde deck. What type of filmmaker are you hoping to be? Gukafte, can you tell me, do you want a general reading or a specific question answered, please? I have my dream films, my big ones, multi-styles, but I have a love for horror, sci-fi and fantasy. Very good. Love sci-fi. I don't do horror sci-fi, but I love sci-fi. Specific question. If you'd like to type the question in chat for me, please. Any advice that I need to know so I successfully practice my career in medicine in the US? I'm still studying now. Okay. Are you going to be a general practitioner, or are you hoping to specialize in a particular area of medicine? Hello? Just come in. These are the 200 Pokemon cards that are being delivered. Sorry, it's a busy day today.
Not too bad. Oh, you've got some Pokemon cards for video, right? Do you? Well, thank you so much for these. One
of my dreams was to get enough money to buy the rights of Clive Barker's film Hellraiser, just so I could have the honour of handing them back to him. Oh, that's really wonderful. That's a special dream. That's a special dream. Yeah. That's very special. You want to specialise hopefully? Do you have any idea, or are you just waiting to see what?
Not only are there Pokemon cards, there's also magic cards, and he said there's a tenner in there for the fireys.
Oh, I'm going to close my eyes because I can't see them, but Anna, just tell chat, because I'll turn away, because I can't see these.
Sorry. Like sands through the hourglass. No, that's the wrong voiceover. So yeah, we just had another guy. I think this is through Gumtree you found?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, which is like the Australians version kind of Craigslist, except, you know, you don't get murdered so often. And somebody has not only donated a bunch of Pokemon doubles, there's also more Magic the Gathering cards there, which he also dropped in, obviously with his little daughter, who must have had the Pokemon cards. But he also said, I've thrown a tenner in there for you guys to put towards the fireys as well. Which is just absolutely awesome. And just kind of goes to show, just, people are awesome. Especially at Christmas time.
It is. That's really lovely.
Overwhelmed by Christmas spirit now, and just awesomeness in general.
Yeah. 200 Pokemon doubles he's given me, and he's donated them. So they don't have to go back to anybody, he's donated me those. Thank you, Arcas. Have a wonderful night. You'll be back for more. Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you're always welcome. And let us know how you're going, because you're part of the community, and I really want to find out how people are going with their dreams and their life goals and intentions. So let us know. Let us know. Not a problem. Just got back. That's okay, Moshe. That's fine. Absolutely fine. You're hoping to specialise? Oh, thank you. Not a problem. See you then. Gift Kate, do you have any ideas of what specialisation you want to go into? I wish our Days of Our Lives would come back on. It's a blast from the past, wouldn't it? Do you have any ideas of what you may specialise in, which may change, or you just know you want to specialise? So, you know, like surgeon or another form of medicine. I lost the A-Team. I used to love watching the A-Team. Not yet, but I'm open to anything now. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just asked because when I was 18 I got accepted into medical school, and my mum was quite ill, so I had to defer for a year. And I always wanted to study pediatrics because I'm so small. I really would be great working with kids. And when I did my science degree, I fell in love with neuroscience, and I went, no, I want to do it. I want to be a neurosurgeon. And yeah, I had cardiac into being a cardiac surgeon. Definitely be a cardiac surgeon. So yeah, it's keep me informed. I want to see how you're going. I want to talk about it. Love it. So, as you want to do medicine, my interpretation of the caduceus. I love the top card. Proper seriously, even at 16, I know I didn't have I didn't have the steady hands to be a surgeon. Pediatric seems a good choice though. Yeah. It's one of those things. I was really like, when I did biology and we were still doing things like that, I was actually really quite good with the scalpel. So and had been learning anatomy since the age of 6, and when I was doing my other work, it was almost like I could close my eyes and I could pull down this shutter of the body, and I could like those overlays encyclopedias, I could go, shh, that's the bones, shh, that's the muscles, that's the nose, that's this. It was just like, I was born to be a doctor. I can just shh, 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 all of this stuff. It was absolutely brilliant, but it helped me in my other career, so that was really good. So we have here the book Knowledge. You studying to be a doctor, this is telling you knowledge is at the top of the tree for the caduceus. So you definitely have everything it takes to get through to study your medicine. Very, very good. The woman here is very much, normally it comes as one of those in the relationship card, as one of the significators. There is going to be a female within your studies who is someone who may be a mentor, who's someone who may give you some ideas of where it is you want to specialise. It may also be someone that helps you with paperwork for when you become qualified and want to go to America. So there's a woman who's very related to the studies, so is either going to help you with your studies or when you've studied to actually take the next step to study in America. The flowers here are always very much, as I said, if this was a romantic one, we'd say there's a really good relationship here. When it's in regard to career, what these say is things are looking good. You could well be, this might be a woman who is part of the teaching faculty and is a mentor. And when you have the two together with the flowers, this is a relationship that is going to become very close and blossom and last for a long time. So When it's a romantic relationship, this is really, really good. Having that this is a career, my answer knows it could very well be her. This is someone who has the ability to help you grow and blossom, but has the ability to open doors. As the flowers open up, it's almost like the opportunities open up in a career. So have a talk to your nurse. It could very well be her. Having the swans, again, in a relationship reading, this is for life. In a career one, it's telling me you've chosen the career that you will absolutely love. You will also find someone who mirrors your dedication. And if you see the heart, I think cardiology, can you see the swans are making a heart? Can you see the heart within the heart? This tells me cardiology is actually a sign for you. Because you've actually had 3 relationship cards in a row, and there are 3 hearts here, it is telling me very much that cardiology, maybe the surgery in cardiology, and you may very well find that you specialize within cardiac surgery to doing very specific types of procedures. So can you see, this is the book Learning, a woman who is going to help you, the flowers that are going to open up the opportunities. These are love cards. So the cards are telling you in 3 different cards, in 3 different ways, and there are 1, 2, 3 hearts on here. So the general cardiology, that heart tends to open heart surgery. The heart in the middle beating tends to be you are going to do a particular specialization within cardiac surgery. So cardiac surgery, you are probably going to come up with some techniques or learn some techniques that make you a specialist within cardiology surgery. Okay? Cards are incredibly strong. This card here is home. Home and heart. It is another heart one. But it's also saying, can you see all the birds here? They're at home, but they're all messengers. They fly, they have freedom. This is telling me that when you've finished, you will make your home, but you will fly from where you are to another country to make your home. I think you will be able to get to America. I think you'll become a cardiac surgeon, and you will specialize in a particular within area of cardiology surgery itself. There will be procedures that you do that you become very au fait with, that you will be known for. Yes, there's cardiac surgeons, but even within that, there is a niche within cardiology and cardiac surgeons. The rose and the key. This is the key for knowledge. This gilded cage, again with the heart, is another love sign. This is another card for the heart. This is just stretching it even more. But that gilded cage is open. You get to fly free with the birds. You not only get to live your dreams in the country you want to, but there is a key there of opportunities, golden opportunities. You may even find that you get to do a registry or something in America with a golden opportunity that gives you a bursary, a scholarship, or actually working with someone to create an even greater level. So many hearts. This card is big organizations, it's universities, it's hospitals, it's corporations. You will travel, the key of that opportunity you will open there, and I think you'll end up working in a very big hospital organization, maybe a teaching hospital, maybe a big institution. Every single one of those surrounding your hearts, they're all 3 hearts. That is home and hearth where the heart is. That is literally the heart, the red rose for passion, and the heart, and the key to opening your heart. And you have the tower. You don't get a better career reading for medicine for, oh, I think I really like cardiology, in spades. Longevity, in the career you want, in the speciality, in the surgery, and specializing in the niche within cardiosurgery. In America, golden opportunities working for a very big major hospital. That's brilliant. I can see through everything. It's what the cards tell me. You can see. You can't mistake hearts and heart within a heart within a heart. That is like when you go into cardiac surgery. That is the body, the heart within there, the actual internal part of the heart. Like that's in internal heart surgery, and then going within more. That's doing something even more specialized within the heart. That is open heart surgery and specializing. You never considered? I think you went there for a reason. There is a golden opportunity to allow you to release yourself from where you are, fly free, out of the gilded cage, but it all comes with how well you study. That is the key part for all this to happen. Would you like a universe card, an archetype card, a Wicca, or a chakra card? You become motivated, yeah. I've only just pulled that out because I was about to put these back. The last one, I'll give you the chakra. That just popped out and I had a feeling I hadn't finished your reading. It came out for a reason. That is a pathway. Can you see how the steps go up to the light? And there are two choices. I think you're going to find you're going to have two choices, but can you see how the stairways come down? They also make their own heart. Be positively silly and be awesome. Absolutely. But there is a light and there is a doorway there. And the other one, you can tell it's okay, but that's the light. That's absolutely the light you're going to. And I will do you a chakra card. You suddenly love hearts. Can I ask, Gakofte, are you male or female, if you don't mind me asking? You'll never see hearts the same way again. I know, it's, the shape is just beautiful. You're female. Okay. I have a really strong feeling that for you, getting a rose quartz crystal. I'm just starting in med school and I just wish to find some light. I think you found your light. I think you know exactly where you're going to go. But you can get heart-shaped rose quartz crystals. Can I suggest you get yourself one to remind you? They also open your heart chakra, and I think you're going to find that this is going to motivate you. And it's going to remind you of the dream and where you want to go. So getting yourself a rose quartz heart and wearing it, it is shaped exactly like a heart. It is a heart-shaped crystal. Hang on, if I put it in this one, can you see there? It is a rose, it is shaped like a heart, and it is, if you see it next to the white, it is rose quartz. It's a heart, it's rose, as in that a rose, a flower. So it's, hang on. A rose quartz crystal heart, and you can get them like this one, where you can, it has a little clasp, and you can have a chain. You can get these off the internet. They're not very expensive. I think you will find that, and that's the reason I asked if you're a male or female, because if you're a man, I suggest you got something different. You maybe a stone and keep it in your pocket, but as a woman you can wear that. Quite literally wear that. That's why I asked. I'm glad you called me today too. You want to study medicine? We had this come out before. This is the crown chakra, the head. This is where spirit comes in, the light comes in. This is the crown where our dreams manifest to the universe. And it's selflessness. There is nothing more selfless than someone studying medicine and someone going into cardiology and the heart, incredibly. Because I actually have a heart condition and I see a cardiologist, I would not be where I am without my cardiologist today. I am forever thankful. I just use the same words. I'm forever thankful for seeing my cardiologist and what they do for me. Selflessness. This is you. I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. You can replay this video and absolutely you can save it. Yes, you can. After the it goes up, and I've got a few over Christmas I'm going to be posting up to YouTube. You can play that, and I think you can download. I'm not sure if you can download, but you can replay it and you can save it. Absolutely. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. I put my heart into it. I think you're going to become an incredible cardiac surgeon, and I think we're going to hear, and I'm getting goosebumps again, we're going to hear an awful lot about you. Keep coming back in the channel. We are always here for you, and I think you are going to be a rising star in the field of cardiology. I went here clueless, then I got only one word, that I need to keep going. You are more than welcome. And see this one? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Absolutely believe in yourself, because we do. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome indeed. Ghost, you are up next. Finally, I know. You got this, Katarina. Absolutely. We had a flurry this morning. Namaste. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And I'm overjoyed to be able to give you a reading like that. That warms my heart. Just always be positive. The heart emoji will never be the same again. Chat. I don't know if you can do it, and I don't know if I can from here, because I can't see what I can get. Yes, I can. No, I can't. I don't have red ones. But heart, I would like to see chat. Filled with hearts for Cough Day. Absolutely filled with hearts for you. Because not only do we love you, but we know this heart symbol is going to mean the world to you, because you are going to be extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. I wish you so much joy and happiness, and so well. Okay? And it's just being positive. And when you see the heart emoji and you remember this reading, do exactly that. And for everyone in chat, if you followed, please make sure, so you don't miss when I go live, to press the notifications and the bell. Follow me on Twitter. And if you're able to use your Twitch Prime to subscribe, it helps me, because as you may have seen, I have a follower goal challenge and a sub goal challenge, because you know my intention for next year is to build this channel up to have 1,000 followers and 100 subs. You're very welcome. Anna is well over 500 followers, and she's challenged me. We're in a race to her birthday next year. So if you haven't followed and you like the content, please follow if you haven't already. If you think you might be able to sub with the Twitch Prime, because that doesn't cost you, then I would really appreciate it, because it makes a huge difference. And as I unlock more subs, I'm getting emotes in the new year. I can add extra emotes. So, and I think we need a special love emote as well. I want a power one. We're having one of positivity. So I really want to have some very special emotes to bring in, and different things for the followers and the subs. So the more you can help me with follows, it opens up what I'm allowed to do, and the same with subs. It opens up the types of emotes and things that I can actually provide for the channel. And that money goes to things in the channel, the different cards and decks. And you can see I have quite an array here, and I try to change it up, and that's how I buy them. Okay, so now, Ghost, you need to pick a deck. You're very welcome. So we have 10 decks, 4 tarot, druid, Gaia, wizard, animal are the tarot, the oracles, mystical shaman, crystal, moonology, and the divine animal oracle. Yeah, you come back lots, absolutely. Or the Lamond, or the Gibber. The second one, the Gaia. Yep. Tarot DNA. So I just want a short general reading, please. Super random, like 2 cards if I may. Just want to know what the randomness goddess has in store for me towards who I am. Absolutely. Randomness journey for you. So the shadow card is you are having a journey that you have to take and that you are on. So be aware of the journey, where you're traveling, your intentions of where you want to go and what you want to do with your life, because the journey starts with the first step of where you want to take it. Ooh, I like this card. This is a 7. This is the tree of life up here, and the chakras. This card is telling you the goddess has a lot in store for you towards who you are. Your path is the tree of life to work through the chakras. So it is working through from the ground up, from the root chakra to the sacral chakra, to the solar plexus, to your heart chakra, to your throat chakra, to the crown chakra. It is balancing. It is taking it. The journey is step by step as you work through the chakras, so you balance your life and your world and your body, mind, body and spirit. You then are able to start climbing the tree of life, the Kabbalah, and going through from 10 from Malkuth all the way up to Keter, the crown. Like we are here, this mirrors that. The Ouroboros here is the symbol for understanding, knowledge, and to realize that it is the growth. The Ouroboros is the symbol of cycles, and life goes on, and we learn and we live and we learn and we live. And as we grow, we evolve, we let go, we rebuild. I love this card. These two here, we start with a child. The child is the very essence of who we are, our inner child. It is also like the magician in the normal tarot. You have all the skills, all the tools you need. But the child is where we start our journey. It is also the child is where we transform from and to. But the child is always within us, and when we nurture our inner child, I always get these big divine cards saying I am or can be something super amazing. I feel so blessed, because you obviously are. You don't get any better than the chakras and this guy. I love this Gaia deck. It is I would say it's the most spiritual deck I own. It is amazing. It is different to the tarot, but I love getting cards with different systems because they bring out so much, and I love this card. It is totally spiritual. Having the child is beautiful because our pathway, we started as a child. Our first steps take us on our journey for life. And if you believe in reincarnation, then the journey is one that you are on forever. And because of the Kabbalah and the chakras, you will keep evolving and keep learning until you go higher up the chakras to the crown chakra and also up the tree of life. Beautiful, beautiful cards for you. And they are divine cards, and this is a divine deck. And because this again is a first edition, it is, you don't have to be full on Christian. This is nothing to do with Christianity. This is spirituality. That is very different. Spirituality is exactly the same whether you believe in Sufism, in Zen, in Buddhism, in Catholicism, in Hinduism. It doesn't matter. I am someone who believes that every religion is actually the same. We are all the same underneath. We are all the same within. We are exactly the same. It doesn't matter. Race, color, or creed, or religion and faith has nothing to do with who we are. We are human beings. We are a spiritual being having a human experience, learning what we can from this life, from the interactions and experiences we have. If you have love for your fellow man, that is all you need. If we are kind and true and honest and live our life with integrity, and we are spiritual in our own ways, whether you are a witch, whether you are a pagan, whether you are a druid, whether you are a wizard, whether you believe in animals as do the Native Americans, whether you believe in spirit, it doesn't matter what you believe in or what your faith is. I believe every single one of them are all the same. We all believe in a higher power or being or source of energy in some way. That's what binds us. We all believe in something bigger than our physical selves. We all have the same body structure. We all have a heart. We all have a soul. We all have a human body. We all have a mind to think. We are exactly the same. I treat everyone as equals. Always have done. Always will do. Regardless of where in the world they come from and what their beliefs are. I respect those beliefs. I have lived in many cultures, and at my wedding I had loads and loads of people from different cultures and backgrounds and nationalities and religious beliefs that I had to color code my tables because I had people from different religions and faiths at my wedding. Okay? So let's see. Need the cursor, thank you. Too much Jasmine, you are up next. So the general idea behind those three kids, I must contribute to my journey and things will come. On those three cards. Yeah, you continue on your journey. and you lead your journey understanding the inner light from where you want to go. Keep that inner light. That inner child is the innocence of saying, I'm going to open my eyes up and have the opportunities. Children are wonderful at seeing things that we as adults don't see. It's like saying, keep hold of that inner child, look through the eyes of a child, look at everything new like it's every day, live in the moment, live in the present. All those things will help you and things will come. Glad you're here, Jasmine. Can you tell me, do you want a general reading or a specific reading? And can you decide on the deck you'd like? You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. It was exactly the reading you wanted and you got the most beautiful cards. You really did. What is in here? Anna told me the trick to this. I have a question. Is there a love connection soon with this guy, W? Okay. Which card deck would you like? Sorry if I went over my timeline. No, don't worry about it. First one? Drew. There are no time constraints here. Until I say like at 3:30 in the morning like I did the other day. That's it, closing the queue. I've done 7.5 hours. So, is there a love connection soon with this guy W? Okay. Can I rephrase that slightly, Jasmine, and say, what do I have to do to create a stronger connection with W? Oh, I'm glad. Because is there a love connection soon with this guy W is very nebulous, and the cards are going to say, yeah, but it might be, you know, whenever. So I want to make it, give it more clarity and more focus. So what does, and if I'm saying is there a love connection with him, I'm kind of putting the emphasis on him. And I need to read for you. So if I say, how can Jasmine, what do you have to do? What action plan do you have to put in place to create a stronger connection, a stronger love connection to W? It's not really a W, but it kind of is. So. I appreciate everything you spend, help out there. It comes to all their worries. Oh, thank you. I love what I do. I really love what I do. I really do. Okay. You can see the W? Great. You have 2 sevens to start. The sevens are saying, first of all, have some patience. Okay? Timing is not quite yet. Absolutely with the 7, that means patience. Timing is not yet, regardless of which one, and because you have the 7 of Pentacles, especially. We have the 7 of Wands. You are going to have a little bit of a battle on your hands because W might not see things quite how you do, or there might be other people who don't agree with you seeing W. You are up here, but can you see all these others? Wands are fire, they are passion, they're often considered more career than love, but they are very focused and determined, and those attributes can also be used in a love relationship as well. But it's you against all these. There may be people against you seeing W. It may be that people think it might interfere with your work, or what you're focused on, and that W may not be the right person at the right time. This 7 here is mistletoe, where you kiss under the mistletoe. So it's saying, I think there will be some sort of relationship. Mistletoe comes out at Christmas time. I don't think it's going to be this Christmas. I don't think it's going to be in the next week. I do think it might be something you have to wait. This may be indicative of next year, closer to the Christmas time. It may be that there is a lot going on and you have to work through a few things, or he has to work through a few things before he's ready. You have to work on a few things before you're ready. Got it. Ooh, yes. Definitely coming under 7 of Swords. The Tower. We know that's a strike lightning. Something happens. There is going to be a temporary situation or event that creates a little bit of turbulence and turmoil. That could be coming straight off the fighting and a little bit of skirmish and what's going on. But the opposite is the Prince of Cups, which is starting a relationship. And you see, very proud on the horse with the sun, we've got over the fire and brimstone here. We've got over the fighting. We can now go forward. Definitely going forward. Has the cup here, holding it high. That's like saying, I'm ready to come towards you, and I have the cup in my hand. Might be starting as a friendship. Might be starting that you're just building up the relationship, but there is movement for the Prince of Cups. They're just starting out. This is a very new relationship. Whoa! Holy moly, girl. We have 2 opposites. We have the 3 of Swords, which very much can mean a broken heart, but it's words. You have to be careful in how you phrase things and how you take things in communication, because words may be misconstrued, and because of that, you feel like you have a broken heart. It may be that this is a relationship that can go all the way. This is the 10 of Cups. This is the ultimate in the love. But between Tower and the Prince, these are the 2 cards. That was the bottom. There is definitely the possibility of a very, very long-standing relationship that could be very strong. But there is also the possibility for a broken heart. The communication is key. Patience is key. If you push it and push the wrong buttons and say things too quickly, that's going to be the outcome, not that. Don't push. Give time for this to totally die down. Allow freedom and movement. Swords are clarity, communication. They hurt with a broken heart. It may be a relationship that lasts quite a while, or it could be one that's over before it even starts. Also, when you get the 2 side by side, make sure if they're getting over a broken heart or you are getting over a broken heart, that is totally over and done with, and there are no misgivings and there are no pulls back to an ex, because that will not happen. The other thing is make sure that W doesn't have already a happy family and you're the one that ends up with a broken heart. Very few are players who have this, But when you get the two together, there is always the possibility that this is one side of the person, this is the other side. You're my last reading, so I'm just going to throw some extra cards in the mix. I have false person. He is known to be a player. I just got false person. That 10 of Cups is a facade. He is definitely a player. Thank you for actually confirming that. He is a player. Can't be more clear than that. The thief with the broken heart, he will steal your heart. That's what he will take. Cards don't lie. That's why people are concerned, and that's why they're fighting. They're telling you, you know he's a player. He will take your heart. He won't care. We will. That Tower is going to bring you some unexpected income. Way too clear. The Prince of Cups is a message. He might try it on. He might text you and everything else. However, if you do the wrong thing, you know what's going to happen with that time frame? You, my dear, are going to have a child. But with him. I suggest... Hello, Kazar. See the coffin? You knock this thought on the head. Bury it. Not good. Move ahead. See that mistletoe? This Christmas? It's not him you want to be thinking of kissing under the mistletoe. Think of someone else. Nail in the coffin, he is not the one. Can I be any clearer? Because if you're not careful, you are going to end up with a player's child. Oh no, absolutely. Kazar, if you want to join the queue, I will open the queue up again for you. I just had nobody in here, so you're more than welcome. Oh Lord. Jasmine, does that answer your question about having a relationship in the future with W? Thanks for being so clear. My pleasure. The cards were very clear. That one, that's a total, that would have been out of the blue and you've gone, that patience waiting, that's exactly the outcome. It's scary and mind-blowing how cards know everything, yeah. And because the Seven of Pentacles is about waiting for the harvest and something to be born, something to grow and come to maturity, there is nothing that comes to maturity quicker in 9 months than a child. Yeah, that's like, things can be amazing, but you might have to wait until he is ready to settle. Absolutely. And with those cards, he's not ready for that yet. That's a false thing. He's going to say he's ready to settle. You're going to end up with a child, and he's going to be playing away from home with somebody else. He's not ready yet. That is not going to happen. The cards cannot be any more clear. It may come in time. He may settle. I don't think so yet. Not going to risk it, so I'm staying clear. You could say the 1 in a million chance is you're the person to change him from not being a player to live a family life, and you guys will have a child within a year. But if he's a known player, and I don't know how old he is, but players don't tend to change till they're well into their later 40s, and even then they still dilly-dally around a little bit. So if you want someone who is just going to be in a relationship with you, for you, and not because you're another notch on the belt, stay well clear. You know what? Find yourself someone really nice. Look into the new year with the open intention of finding someone who is worthy of you. And if you put in strong boundaries and keep them, oof, men are as doofuses, lol, most don't change their stripes until they're old as flu flop. Yeah, it's kind of the thing that while they, you know, and the thing is, when people allow them to cross those boundaries, they will cross those boundaries. But if you're a strong woman and say no, then they will go to someone else. They very rarely will come back unless it's kind of like, oh, she's a bit more of a conquest. And then you have to be even stronger with your boundaries. Okay? So quite often when you say no, if they think you were interested and then you've said no and you went away, they kind of go, oh, this is a really good game. Not insulting myself there as I opened my eyes when I was 30, so proud of me. Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, the cards can be very clear, very precise, and very concrete, and go, I can't put it any clearer. K1, you're up. Totally agree, yeah. Strong women have strong boundaries. And when you have and you're a strong woman and you have strong boundaries, people only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you allow them to treat you like that, they will do. The moment you put in strong boundaries and say, no, I'm in shock, but thank you for your reading. Thank you. And I'm, like I said, I can only interpret the cards, but I think even they were very clear. Very, very clear. Okay? You're very welcome. K1, do you have a general reading or a specific question? And which deck would you like? We have the 4 Tarot, Druid, Gaia, Wizard, and Animal. We also have the magical Shamanic deck. We have the Crystal deck, the Moonology deck, the Animal Oracle, the Le Monde, and the Kipper. Yeah, it was very clear, very clear. Those Kipper, they're situational and they are right on the money. They do not pull their punches. That's why I like using them as clarifiers. They are very clear. You can enjoy your Christmas thinking of someone much nicer, who is more worthy to be you. You can try the second deck. Do you have a general reading this time, or do you want a specific question answered? Oh, sorry, second last deck. Oh, sorry. No, thank you. The Le Monde. This one here, are you talking about that one? Or this one here? So, second last the tarot, or these ones here? So the second last deck, are you talking about this one here? Or are you talking about, whoops, the candy cane, the Wizard? Just so I'm sure. Are you taking from the back row? Or the second last one here? He will not be my mum this Christmas, or so on. Terrific. The one with courage on, yeah, the Le Monde. Okay. And a general. Terrific. And thank you for picking me up on that. I just saw second. You're very welcome, Jasmine. You're very welcome. May I join us on fish? No, you can. I think it's open. Let me just check. Yep, I wasn't sure which way it was. So no. You can join, Heather. Absolutely. Out of curiosity, mine was why you were having romance when you knew he was black. That's not too personal to ask. Fair enough. Okay, K1. Starting with the ring, in this deck that means commitment. We have the wishing well. You might be wishing for a commitment with somebody or a commitment in a job, but quite often this talks about a relationship. So you may be hoping for a commitment in a relationship, and this is the card of travel. So it may be that you need to travel. Yay! So there is definitely, the ring tends to be an engagement, a wedding, or having a significant other that you want to go to the next level with wherever you are. So if you're living together, it might be you want to get engaged or you want to get married. If you're seriously dating, you might say we might move in, but it tends to denote commitment to a significant other. The wishing well is very much, how are we going to take this forward? What are our wishings? And sometimes when you get the two together, that's the engagement. And the wishing well is, we're wishing for the marriage, because people have a wishing well at a wedding. So that to me denotes quite a strong relationship. There may be travel, and this may be that the person is not local, or you are going to travel to the destination of where they're living, or they're going to travel to you, or that when you get together, there is going to be travel on the horizon in the new year. You have to be aware, when we have the scythe, it means some things need to be released and let go. This can be quite a harsh card, but when it's actually surrounded by the anchor and the sun, it's saying there are some things that are not working well, and you have to cut them out of your life, or they will bring more trouble. And it's getting rid of that trouble. But when you do, the anchor is like dropping anchor. It's like saying there'll be stability. When you have the sun, it's saying that stability is going to be in the right place. The sun is shining on you, and things are going to improve dramatically. The polar bear in this deck is power. It's understanding that when you get things right, the sun is shining, things are going well. You also have the strength and the ability to make your dreams and things come true. The coffin is a stop sign, and what this card is saying is there will be an ending to something. So although you're powerful and strong, there is going to be an ending to a cycle. It may be a total change in what is going on. The woman here is opposite to here. This is a reading, so we go from here. We have the ring. When the commitment comes, that's you putting down anchor and saying this is the one, and this is the one who it's with. When we're going from this side, we say the journey is going to be stabilizing for you as you move, and give you more strength, power and intensity and focus to do what it is you want to do with your past. That way, that way. When we read the cross, the wishing well, you are wishing for stability in your life, and you want something to put it in the past, to leave it behind, to say that is no more. I want to move forward. So I'm wishing, I want to have roots and connections somewhere, but it's not where I am now. I want to go somewhere else. I want things to change. I want there to be the end of a cycle and a new beginning, because after death comes a new beginning. That's the end of something. It doesn't matter when you're going to have troubles. We know we're going to have stability and the sun will shine. The four corners, the commitment, will allow you to travel with the person of your dreams to make things become stronger and better. But the key card in the middle is stability. These two, that relationship will give you stability, it will give you strength, but there will be travel involved. You may live in a different country. That's so true. Okay. Ghost flu. For this clarity I have now, I'm staying away. Glad I didn't go far with him. Yes, it was hard to believe my co-workers when I'm the new girl. It always is. That's very true. So what about this rings true for you, K1? You want to move country. This is very much saying there's a definite move to a different country. Very definite move. You'll feel more stable. You'll come into your own power when you move. The sun is really a wonderful card. It is shining, and because you have the commitment, the travel, the sun, you have the woman and the strength. This one here is you're traveling because you want to leave behind. This and this are very much saying they're the only two cards here, but that's a stop card. That's saying something's ending. This one here is you're letting go. So when we have these crosses and we go down this way and that way, that gives us the whole picture, and it allows us to really pick up on exactly what's going on. Okay? Is there any one of these you need clarifying on? And the commitment and anchoring with knowing the sun is there, it definitely resonates. I'm very pleased. This wishing well is very much your heart's desire. This is what I really want. The wishing well is, this is where I wish to do. This is where I want to go. This is my commitment. That's the travel. That's like setting your intentions for the new year. I want commitment. I really wish to travel. I want to leave behind all the things that no longer serve me. I want to set down roots in a new place. I want it to be somewhere where I feel comfortable, happy, safe. The sun is there. I know I'm going to come into my power. It's a new start. I can bury the past. I can just get rid of it and I can start afresh with this commitment level and the new person in my life. It's a whole new life. It's a new chapter. That's a stop. That and that. It's a whole new chapter. These ones here. After that, all of this. Wishes come true, the travelling, where it's going to be, but this here. Okay? Had some incredible readings come out this morning. I'm glad you understand them. Would you like a universe card, an archetypal card, a Wicca, or a chakra card? Yeah, you have queens or women at the end of your reading. You definitely have a very special lady coming into your life. She is making herself known in every single reading at the end. Absolutely. Chakra? Absolutely. What does POG mean? I see it in chat sometimes. 5 a.m, so I'm going to head to bed if you don't. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the lovely night and reading. Hope you and your viewers have an amazing weekend. If not Christmas ahead, night. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. And as I said, Heather's still here and I've only got one more reading to go and then that will be it. So not a problem at all. You take care, good night, and thank you for being here. And you have a wonderful, happy holiday. Merry Christmas. POG is just an email of a froggy that you need certain extensions for us to see. okay, I'll talk to Anna. I don't know what extensions I need, but we'll be putting some more stuff in, so yeah, let me know. Because like you guys said, I have to be internet trained or educated, as they put it. It's another version of that through both add-on. Okay. We're getting there. I'm getting the channel up to speed with all this stuff. You know, you're dealing with a 60-year-old woman here. I've kind of been interneted. Oh, I don't even know what BTTV is. Better than TV? I don't know. You guys are just going to throw stuff in here and I'm just going to go, I have no idea. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. Chat is internet school for tarot, be it in DNA. Better Twitch TV stands for it's a Chrome extension. Oh, okay. You download BTT extension or download the app Better Discord to see more emails. Oh, okay. Terrific. See, I'm learning. I'm getting this. The more I do, the more I understand, the better it becomes, the better the channel becomes. And the channel becomes better and chat and Discord will become better when we get it in, when everybody tells me different things. That's because why we're an interactive community. K1. This is your 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. This is the seeing. This is the inner knowing. Acknowledge spirit. I trust in a higher source and I acknowledge my direct connection with it. In the stillness, I listen for the wisdom inside and I am open to the spirituality that is within and all around me. I know that love is the creative force. I meditate and welcome mystical truths. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quests from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. That's a really lovely one for the 6th chakra. I haven't had that one before. That's really lovely. Acknowledging spirit. I really like that. Especially with the sun card you had in that reading. That's really lovely. The sun, the universe, the multiverse. That's really, really lovely. Acknowledging spirit. Really nice. Hello, Sir Juicy. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. I've got Heather and then I've got you. Thank you for joining us again. I didn't see it pop up, but I see you in the queue. Heather, you're very welcome, K1. You're very welcome. General reading with the Gaia? Absolutely. You're very very welcome, K1. Big card to come up, Heather. Underlying energy. Ooh, we're getting some big cards today. The 9 of Earth is very much a saying we're grounded, but actually we are so, shall I say air, not earth? I know from the colour. I'm just inverting things while I'm looking at them today. The 9 of Air. I'll try that again. The 9 of Air. We're almost there. In the normal tarot, the 9 of Swords is the analysis paralysis card. It's the one in the bed with all the swords overhead and us waking up at 3 in the morning. This has the sword here, and you can see the 3rd eye. and you can see all this around. You know those mystical balls where you touch them and all the energy comes out? This deck is different. It doesn't see it like that. It sees the 9 saying, I'm connected my mind to my heart. That's the connection through the third eye, through the throat chakra, down here. But I've opened up and you can see the source. You see her hands holding the lotus flower, but also the sword here. This is very much saying, almost like that halo that's around, all the thoughts, all the energy downloading through the crown chakra, through to the third eye, through here going to all the senses, up through here. This is covering, here is the limbic system. It's all our memories, all the things we download. Right through. Can you see these here? These are the yods. These are simulating the 10 yods on the tree of life. And the lotus opening up down to the heart chakra. The energetic system here. The wings at the back. This is the angel opening up saying, blessings from the universe. In your mind, open up, expand your mind, expand your spirituality through here, look beyond, feel, allow the throat and communication to open up and allow that to sink into the heart space. This is a beautiful blessing card, an absolutely beautiful. That is the shadow card of your reading. From that, we have what would be the death card. But as you can see in this one, it's the death and rebirth. It is the past, the present, and the future. It's understanding that as we go through cycles, the gestation period, in between the death, the rebirth, the transformation, we have the gestation, the time. We have the Orphic egg and we have the Ouroboros around, giving life. That life energy comes through to all of us. It is transformation. Blessings and transformation. So you're having the blessings from the universe, which is igniting the transformation of letting go of the past, living in the present, understanding you transform, and then you are reborn. There is a season under heaven. We need to wait for the seasonal time, but you also need, and in different countries, it is the cold, it is the season of the dark, it is the season of transformation, of going within. It is the period of gestation. This is the time of transformation for you. We have 10 the Father. This is the 10, 5 the Father. Well, I'm seeing the light, it's throwing, I know it's the Father. This is someone with stability, overlooking the area, protection, realizing that as we transform and we change, our responsibilities change. We become aware, we become knowing. We know that we have a reason to protect and be responsible and to be transparent in knowing that what we do, the sigils, are protection. The guide is protection. He looks calm and poised, but he is ready to protect his own and give wisdom and knowledge. That is the role of the Father. You have here the 4 of fire. This would be the 4 of wands. This would be the portal card. In reverse, you haven't yet prepared to go through the portal. We're still waiting for the transformation, the gestation period. The wisdom and the knowledge is yet to come. Then you will transform through the portal of energy to actually go from service to building. The 11 is the single portal. The 4 of wands is the double portal of 22 of the building. It's when you go through that portal, the extra transformation comes, but you're not quite ready yet to go through the double 22, 11, 11 portal. That time will come. We have here 11, heaven and earth. This is grounding. When you've gone through that, life changes and you transform, and you see here from what is on this card in the air, we've actually transformed that and we've grounded it and brought it through into the garden, the tree of life in reality. Can you see how the wolf has come in here? The cups. All of this is abundance, it's growth. It is as on heaven, so on earth. As above, so below. This is more than the magician. Something specific you need to do. This is understanding your spirituality. This is realizing that as you grow and as you believe with integrity and living in spirit, this will happen. This will happen. This is your growth journey. But we will do some clarifiers. Because you are the mother. Do you see here, this is pertaining to your family now. This is the father, this is the mother. This is the family. This is the growth, this is your grounding, this is you growing. With that, to bring your father. As your hopes and dreams expand, the protection of the father, of the partner for you, is helping you grow to go through, to enhance and become exactly who you're meant to be, to growth. This is a gestation period of looking after your family that allows all of this, because you're doing it for family, because you are the mother protector. This is the outline, this is a blueprint of what is happening in your life, how this is going to flow. This is telling you the universe has your back, it knows what you're trying to do, and when the timing is right, opportunities will proceed as they should. This is a blessing reading. And to tell you, don't give up. Everything is coming when the season and the timing is right. Okay? I love this deck. I love this deck. I know it's different from a normal tarot deck, but I keep saying it every time I use it. I just grow more and more in love with this deck. Would you like a universe card, an archetype card, a Wicca, or a chakra? So, universe, I think I need a universe, absolutely. I think it's better, just instead of me just pulling a universe card, actually giving people the choice now of having the extras. I like having the Wicca and the chakra and the archetype and the universe to give them the choices. I like giving choices. That one wants to come out. What would love do? Having the mother and father and the child in the middle, your entire reading was about the love connections of your family and what you're trying to do. The fact that you've got what would love do. Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? You leave behind footprints of love. Oh, the universe. P.S. The legend of Bigfoot continues. In other words, you leave the biggest footprint of all when you leave the footprint of love. It is saying everything you do, it is a lovely card. If you do it with love, that's when you know it's going to work out. It is a lovely card. I've been having the universe emails when I came out 10 years ago. As soon as I found the deck, I bought it. I absolutely love it. So juicy. I didn't see you pop in. I'm really sorry, but thank you for joining the queue. Thank you, Heather. You're very welcome. Thank you for modding this morning. I appreciate that. This will be the last reading I'll do with Sadusi, and then I can't read. I can't actually talk today. The queue is closed anytime. I really do appreciate it. So Sadusi, if you could let me know you're still in chat and haven't gone away, that would be good. Say you're ready, or say hello or hi, and I need you to pick a deck. Because we are using the 4 tarot, the druid, the Gaia, the wizard, and the animal. Okay, thanks. Can I have the gilded tarot? I actually don't have it out, or right away. Absolutely. Just hold on. I'll be off camera for a second. I'll give you the classic right away. Okay. This is the original right away. So, yeah. Question coming up, obviously. So, Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter will conjunct my south node Ketu in 2020. Saturn will hit once in January. Pluto and Jupiter will conjunct 3 times each in 2020. I would like to understand what I could do to manifest higher outcomes with these energies, and what will this feel like in 2020. What does my best path look like in 2020? What are my best options to push forward in start of 2020 to realize my dreams? Okay. So, how can you utilize your planetary aspects to manifest and go forward in 2020 for your highest purpose of the year? Absolutely. Saturn. Jupiter. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, South Node, the conjunctions, manifestation, your dreams. And that's why I asked for a question, because as you give me the question, I make a spread up on the spot for that question. So, Saturn, the Magician. Woo! Saturn will hit in January. You have the Magician coming in January. You are going to be able to manifest anything you want using your Saturnic energies, because the Magician has all the elements, as above, so below. You are channeling the Magician energy. Saturn is going to be great for you. You have that ability. So you are very definitely going to be bringing in the energies of Saturn, which is expansion, because of all the rings around it, and choices. Ooh. Pluto. Temperance. This is the ability to balance, to flow, making up spreads for the questions. The quicker you learn to do that, the better it is, because they relate to the question and to the person that you're doing. Pluto with temperance. Pluto is very deep. When we have temperance, it's saying, regardless of how deep things go, remember to remain balanced. Keep with the flow. Balancing the elements, the energies of fire and water. Especially with Jupiter as the extra expansion. And Saturn there sometimes can be slow growing, things happening. So when you have all three conjuncting in 2020, really ensure, because you've got those, and your first two cards for those planets are major arcana, and that would be 3. So you've got 3 major arcana. So how they're going to manifest is going to be whole new way of life, balance and flow, new beginnings, new journey, new things happening. The sun's in this picture as well, and as we're talking planetary, the sun is shining down on you. You are going to have a great 2020. Can you see the yellow? It is bright, it is positive. There is temperance and flow, but there is the sun there. There is that there. The sun, the sun, the sun. You also have the moon, the sun shining, and the white is also letting you know that the moon is there as well. So you actually have your planetary significators are telling you how to manifest your highest outcome. Use the tools you have. Use them to your best advantage. Make sure things are balanced and flowing. Don't lock yourself into something. Open your horizons. Look at new ways of doing things, new beginnings, new journeys, new outcomes. Open up the opportunity base for you to work using your skill set. Think big. Think global. Think universal. Do not crowd yourself down. Expand. Especially with Jupiter. Expansion, expansion, expansion. Oh, the Tower. With everything going on, there are going to be some slap bang wallop going on here. The Tower, that's when you're going to have to think of the flow. Something is going to happen, but we know when that happens, it is for a reason. What changes? Changes for a reason. It might be temporary. It's going to be temporary. But it's also going to rock you just for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, depending. And they say that normally it's something small. Those 3 planetary, you're going to feel it a little bit more, but the outcome is going to be great. Because from that, relationships are going to go stronger. This might be in the home, something may happen. It might be a bit of a rocky road. With all of this energy going on, it can create friction because there's so much energy around, especially with Pluto, deep diving. Sometimes it brings up things from the past, creates a problem, push it through. Talk about it, expand, open up, look at the new ways of seeing things, new ways of communicating, keep the balance and flow, but understand that the 2 new relationships, a new footing, duality. That's where you start building one-to-one. And from that will come the 9 of Pentacles. All of this, you will definitely, because this was the manifestation card, you are definitely, you have here, the portals here. How can you manifest? How can you use your energies? South Node. Bringing you so much into your life. Your dreams are justice. You want things to be right, you want things to be fair, and the things you're trying to manifest, you want, if there's anything legal going on, you will win. There's fair decisions. There's also money there. So the 2 of them side to side, the choices you make, the decisions you make. Justice is the higher octave of the 2 of Swords, which is a decision, of the Queen of Swords, which is clarity and focus, legal matters. This is the higher octave. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. Big, big, big year. 2020 is 2s. The only minor arcana with the 2 in is in the Cups, which is a wonderful way of going. It's relationship. The 2s are always, again, the 2 mirrors the temperance, balance and flow. The 9, expansion, joy, yellow. Can you see the bright yellow here and here and here and here and here? Sunshine, brightness, joy. You are going to have an incredible year. Your options to push forward, realizing your dreams, back to the Magician, Use your skill set. Keep balance, ensuring that you're looking for every opportunity. When something happens for a reason. Don't get cranky at it. Don't go all Pluto and go deep and dark. Realize it's done for a reason, and the outcome will be so much better for it if you look at it with a positive slant. Look at all the yellow. Everybody has ups and downs. Nobody has a year that doesn't have ups and downs. You will have something happen, but you will move on from it, and it will be so much better in the outcome. Does that make sense? You know what's going on in your life and what you're hoping to do? Okay. Let's just do you some Lenormand. So I think it's going to come from something where you don't have the information yet. You see a dragon. Hello, Ernst. How are you? That is very much something hidden is going to come through. It's going to create a little bit of a kerfuffle, but the time frame is very definitely, it's going to be worth it. Hello, Ernst 500. We're getting wonderful home cards, stability, couples, strong relationships, things working out really well on the home front. Building bridges. If there is a career, something that needs doing to go from one part to the other, build the bridges, open up. See the Fool? Using bridges gets you further. We also have, this is peace and calm. With Temperance, regardless of what happens, remain peaceful, remain calm. That will see you through. The Magician, magnify your skills. Look at them in depth. Realize how you can utilize maybe a skill that you're not using as much. It's going to help you tremendously. The Fool, when you're going to travel, just make sure that you've taken care. Oh, thank you so much, the Juicy. That's beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. Just make sure that the path you're following, and that when you actually do go, make sure you've done all the homework, because Pluto can sometimes take you down a different path to deep dive for you to learn a lesson. So just make sure you know the path you're going on. But the underneath card is the Rider. You are going to have great messages, great hope, and the rainbows are going to be coming to you in the new year. You are going to have an amazing, amazing year. Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter conjuncting your South Node. Rock on. Absolutely the most amazing, amazing year for you. Hello, Ernst 500. How are you? And thank you very much for the donation, Juicy. I really do appreciate that. I really do. And for those of you that are in channel, I know it's really great to hear when you get, and thank you for asking for a deck. If you don't see a deck that's out here, you know I have plenty. And I'm always happy to get a specific deck if you want it. Absolutely fine. For those of you who are here, you will see that there are 2 challenges on my screen. A follow a goal challenge and a sub goal challenge. Because my 2020 is going to be amazing too. And I'm focusing on building this channel. So I have 3 challenges going on. You'll see I'm wearing a Fitbit. My personal challenges for health goals. I've already crushed one of them. It was to get to 10,000 steps. I've done that 2 days in a row. I'm crushing my personal fitness goals. I can see them. What are they about? Well, my personal fitness goals are 1 challenge. The goal for this channel was for me to reach 1,000 subs and 1,000 followers and 100 subs. Anna, who was modding when I said that, agreed
that we should have a race because I said it on her birthday. So in 12 months' time, on the 17th of December, which is Anna's next birthday, we are going to do a head-to-head to see in the 12 months, because Anna already has over 500 followers on her channel, because she's been going longer than I have, for me to catch her up, overtake her, and reach 1,000 followers before she does. Because I love my daughter, but it's a competition, and we don't take prisoners, no mercy in this challenge. So, if you haven't followed, please do, because by 17th of December 2020, I want to have at least 1,000 followers, if not more, because I've got to catch her up and overtake her and stay in front of her. So 1,000 is our goal. The subs goals challenge was 100. If I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'm 1,000 followers, I'm looking for 100 subscribers so I can build up, buy more decks, more equipment to actually make this channel, because the chair I'm in is a normal office chair. I'm very short, so I'm hoping to buy a really good chair in the new year from my subs and donations and everything else, plus a lot more decks. And when we get the Discord in the new year, if you have a favorite deck, put it in there and we'll have links, pictures and that, because I'm hoping to build up a greater collection and also some suggestions of decks you'd like to see on channel. The third goal was a challenge set up because I had some gamers come into the channel and they were kind of going off about the cards and said I couldn't read gaming cards the way I read tarot. And I went, oh, I can? And he went, no. And I went, oh, I definitely will. So in the new year, hopefully towards the end of January, that's what you saw. There were cards came in boxes today. I have a huge box of Magic the Gathering gaming cards. I have some Pokemon playing cards, and I'm hoping to now find some Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate. Thank you very much for follow. Appreciate that. I hope to be able to have Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to say it right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and I will be doing a special stream where sight unseen, I'm not looking at any of the cards, I will actually be reading Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. They will be put into decks that other people will sort out. You can pick a deck number and I will read your question using one of those decks. You can either pick a Magic the Gathering, a Pokemon or a Yu-Gi-Oh! And then a random deck from that genre, and I will read them live on stream. I've said them it has to be for charity, and I want as many people in here when we let that down. And we are going to raise money for the Australian firefighters. If you're anywhere in the world, you will know that Australia is pretty much on fire in 5 out of 7 states in the country. New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, West Australia. Northern Territory hasn't started fires yet, and Tasmania. But there's even been small fires in Canberra in the ACT. So 5 states and a territory, we have fires. Huge, catastrophic level fires. We are losing firemen. I always go for number 4. Hey, hope you have a wonderful Christmas from UK. Thank you, Ultimate. Do you think they're intentionally set? We've had some where little kids have, but no, our biggest problem is we actually are experiencing the hottest summer almost since records began of 40 plus degree heat. This week they're hitting 50 degrees Celsius. We have huge raging winds. We're getting electrical storms with dry lightning setting things alight. We have lost millions of acres in the country. We've had kids playing around and they've set some and they've gone through juvenile court because of it, because we are in total lockdown fire ban. The water supplies, they're actually dredging swimming pools to put out the fires in the more city areas in New South Wales. So we are looking to raise $5,000
from readings. And what's going to happen is not only am I going to do those readings, but other streamers from WA and around the world have gone on and are messaging me and saying, on that day, when we pick the date, I want to help you and I want to stream for the charity of the Australian firefighters, and we will put up links and the money will go straight to the firefighters. It's been running here non-stop, but Dan will then fires me in all of news. I'm sad about that. Well, yeah, absolutely. We're losing a tremendous amount of wildlife, not just the koalas, but a lot of wildlife. They're losing habitat that will take years to grow, that they won't be able to. It's been horrific, really horrific. So what I'm asking is, for those of you that follow me, if you haven't followed me yet, please do. If you followed me, please put on your notifications for the channel. Please follow me on Twitter. Because when we start to have this going out, I need the biggest community I can get to actually retweet and help get it out on social media. This is going to take a huge team for us to put together an online charity event going in different countries, in different time zones, and I need your help. The only way we're going to raise that 5,000, thank you so much, Ultimate, I appreciate that. And I'm also looking for sponsors to sponsor us $500 for each company. I'm looking for 10 companies. I'm trying gaming companies and tarot companies and anyone else I can think of who will actually donate $500 so we can actually match the 5,000 and make $10,000 for the Australian firefighters. We're going to get a special link because I know there was a special company that were doing fundraising, and they were taking 51% off all the money to... You're off to bed? Not a problem. You catch next stream, you have a great day. Not a problem. The next stream will be Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve. I can't wait. I'm like a little kid. I love Christmas. I'll see you then, Heather. Take care. Hello, Spam. How are you? I'm wonderful. I'm just saying, I'm letting people know about our special gamer challenge for 2020, where I've been challenged to read gaming cards online, sight unseen. We've had the Magic the Gathering delivered today, a huge box. We've had Pokemon. We've had 200 Pokemon cards. I'm still trying to get more. And I need Yu-Gi-Oh! But we are going to try and get, like the Twitch bar do on Twitch, where we have a Steam train of a whole day where we just roll from one streamer to another, to another, to another in Australia, and however many places we can get to fill the slots and have it going as long as we can, to raise $5,000 to actually donate to the Australian firefighters. And I'm looking for sponsors to give us 500 from businesses to match so we can earn 10k, we can raise 10k. So if you can help with social media, if you can help, you might know a sponsor. If you have a channel and you would like to be part of the Steam train, please message me. Message me on Whisper. If you have that there, add me as a friend. I don't mind. Please, if you're on Facebook, I am Vera Cruikshank. Join me on Facebook. A year of the rat. Some clashes might happen. These things happen, but you can get around it. Good night, Sir Juicy. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Lovely to have you in the channel. I am actually going to be finishing stream pretty much shortly. I've been on for nearly 4 hours, and I'm coming off a 7.5 hour the other night, so I'm not doing a long stream now. I'm going to give myself a break and do the right thing, and my watch has just budged because I've been out sitting down for 4 hours and I haven't done my exercises, I haven't done my walking. So thank you all for being in channel. As I said, oh, thank you, Spam, I appreciate that. Thank you. Please, please follow, press the notifications, follow me on Twitter, come on Facebook, find me on there. But if you can help for our big gaming charity challenge, please let me know. And support me by the follows, support me by the subs, because I've got a daughter to be and I love gaming. And I might be 60,
but I'm so up for the fight. Good night, Jasmine, you take care. You laugh and spam. I'm so going to beat her. She was the one that said, it's a race. I went, sure, I'm not backing down from that. I accepted the challenge. You can actually choose both. You can support us both, because if you followed and if you subscribe, it's actually on the 17th of December and the figures will decide. And then if it's a tie on her birthday, we go through to New Year. Because then we're going to come up with a poll for forfeits, whoever wins or loses. And I've said that Anna needs to do a live tarot reading as her forfeit, and I've got to play a game, and we're going to come up with some others, and then there'll be a poll. So you don't have to choose sides. We're duking it out. All you can support us both and go, I'll leave it up to them, but it'll be the numbers. So you don't have to choose. You can follow us both. You can say, I want it to be a tie, and it may well be, and then we'll figure out something. But you know what? It's going to make 2020 a really fun year. Really, really fun. So thank you everybody who is in chat. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the readings. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the follows. Thank you very much for the donation. Lovely to see you all. I will be here next on Christmas Eve. And if you're not able to come back by then, I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. I'd love to see you in the new year. And if you do, hit the notifications, you'll know exactly when I'm coming live in the new year. So good night, God bless, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you may be. It's lunchtime here for me. And I will chat to you all later. Take care, God bless. And as always, stay safe. Good night. We're going to end stream. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Bye.